I wanted to listen to that. Didn't hear the song, Travis. We were too busy talking. Good morning, everybody.
I like that cheering. It sounds like they're cheering for us when we come on the radio.
I think they're not cheering for us right now.
That's what we need. Yeah.
Traitors! Fucking traitors! But I'll still listen anyway! Traitors! Who can I type to right now? I need to be heard! Fuck you. Go away, then. Go away. Enough of you go away, then we'll go away. That's how it works.
Did I show you the... did I read that yesterday, the email I got? A guy called me a traitor?
Yeah.
Did I read it on the air?
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious. No, you didn't read it on the air. I told you you should have.
I'll read it on the air. It's funny you said I forgot about that until you just said traitor. This is what this is the what people have been saying. Where is it? Do I still have it? I don't know if I still have it. If I find it, I'll read it.
It was very funny.
Yeah, it was silly.
The guy went after you a little bit. You wrote back to him, and then you turned him around, which was nice.
Well, I don't even know if I did. Here it is. Yeah,
I think you kind of turned him around.
Yeah, we were Facebook friends. And again, if I didn't read this yesterday, I'm sorry if I did. All capital letters on Facebook.
Yeah.
Fucking faggot trader, trader, Trader.
Nice.
Resigned. You suck without Ant, and I'm glad I canceled my subscription to your shit show. You suck dicks. And it's all like one long with a couple exclamation points, but no what are they, apostrophes or anything.
Yeah.
So I wrote back, you spelled traitor wrong, stupid. And faggot is with 2 G's because he spelled faggot, F-A-G-O-T. And then he wrote back, voice rec makes mistakes. Thanks for the English lesson. I love the fact that he blamed voice recognition, like voice recognition would forget an apostrophe and misspell faggot. But then he wrote, you do rule, I'm just pissed.
Yeah, I understand people are pissed.
Like a lot of that anger is just, like that's the mentality. It's like they just
I certainly understand it to a point. It would have been a lot easier for everybody if we moved on to another venue, another place. But in the end, there was nowhere else to really move on to that made sense. So here we are.
There were some very entertaining emails. Yeah, we get some great. I don't read every hate mail on the air.
No, there's a lot of support though too. So
yeah,
I'm focusing on the support. I mean, people. People hate you, and you know that you'll never change their fucking minds. They want to just hate you. You could explain it to them, and they won't even listen to you. So,
well, the beauty of this guy, the guy who wrote this, he's in a band.
Right.
Like on his picture, he's in a band.
Right.
And it's like, you're in a band, you're a musician, so I'm assuming you're in a band. If you're in a band, how do you not understand the inner workings of when there's more than one person dealing with something? Like, if you've never been in a band where one member has left and then come back, like...
Right. So
it's silly. People are children.
They are children.
Some of them are. What are good ones? All right.
The new one is I don't have loyalty. Okay, sure. All right. Yeah, okay. 20 years with Anthony, I have no loyalty. Okay, sure. All right. Go with that one. Sure. There were many times that the whole thing could have exploded, but out of loyalty, we kept it together. So relax on that one. 20 years is a fucking solid run. Maybe we do more down the road. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? Anyway, Eddie Vedder doing Imagine to start today's show. I want to thank BJ the Trucker for suggesting that one. I saw it all over Twitter yesterday. A lot of people were tweeting the Eddie Vedder Imagine. Why? Did it come out yesterday?
Well, for the general public that's not in the 10 Club, it came out yesterday.
What's that
2 days
club?
Ago.
He's part of the 10 Club?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Nice.
What, am I a fucking loser?
What is that? I wish there was minutes left to live. Oh.
I don't need that much Pearl Jam.
No, I don't either.
I love Pearl Jam. I listen to the Pearl Jam channel on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
I kind of go on YouTube every once in a while, but I'm good.
All right.
What do you get in the 10 Club?
I get exclusive merchandise, which is a lot of times really awesome stuff.
Like what? Exclusive?
Like vinyl and like shirts and just they'll have stuff that they put up on their website that you can only buy if you're in the 10 Club.
How do they know you're in the 10 Club?
Because you have to log in.
Oh, it's a member of the 10 Club?
It's $20 a year. What do you want?
Exactly. That's fucking $20 too much to belong to the stupid 10 Club.
I don't know if Sabbath had...
And 10 Club tickets.
If Sabbath or Ozzy had some kind of special club. You might even be in a special Sabbath or...
Yes, I would be.
Ozzy club.
Yes, I would be.
Okay.
And you get the annual holiday Christmas single, and that's going to be one of the singles, but they released it.
So everyone who's not in the 10 Club now has it. So your 10 Club membership is shit.
Yeah, but I got it for free.
Yeah, so did I just know. If I have to spend 20 clams a year, just save myself 20 clams.
I just held my smartphone to the speaker. I now have it too, Travis.
Exactly.
How long ago did you have that song?
Last week.
So only a week?
Yeah, I was on that shit.
And then everyone gets it anyway?
Well, you got to pay for it.
Why doesn't he just make a song for the 10 Club? This is 10 Club and I love you. Whatever the fuck you would say. You're all members of the fan club and I love you. And maybe something only your ears can pick up. That would be worth being in the 10 Club.
What is the special holiday single they put out every year? Or is there a couple of them?
No, they put out one vinyl. Well, it used to be vinyl. Now it's like, now you can have a digital or an analog subscription.
Yeah.
And it would always come out in like June instead of Christmas.
Why?
Because they could never get it out on time.
Aww.
How about it was this early for next year? Why don't you be a fucking
That's
optimist?
what the running joke started to be.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, is he I know what he's for the holidays. Is he doing Santa Claus is coming to town?
You're not a Pearl Jam fan, are you?
I don't mind them. I just don't. I don't like rock Christmas songs necessarily.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a Christmas song. It's just, here's a holiday.
In time for the holidays.
Yeah.
A holiday
Like 10 Club?
gift.
You remember Last Kiss?
Yeah.
That was the holiday
If
song.
I had one more kiss, I'd give it to the 10 Club members.
That's not how Last Kiss goes.
That's how he sounds.
That's
too.
not it.
It's a good impression of him.
You must be getting it wrong.
Wish Jay Moore was here for that because he does a very. I don't know if he can sing like him though, but he does a very good spoken word Eddie Vedder.
He's amazing.
It's my
at it.
favorite impression.
Yeah, that and Colin are probably my two favorites that Jay does. But then again, his Chris Penn is nothing to sneeze at.
Nothing to laugh at. The Eddie Vedder Imagine was from Portugal.
In July.
In July. Now available on iTunes, and proceeds go to heartbeat.fm. He's always doing good.
Yeah, it really is.
Eddie Vedder's always doing good.
Yeah, he is.
An organization that creates opportunities and spaces for young Israeli and Palestinian musicians to work together, hear each other, and amplify their voices to influence the world around them.
Yes, but they can't belong to the 10 Club. They each have to belong to the 5 Club on their own side.
What is that? How is that going to work?
I don't know.
The Israelis and the Palestinians working together in bands?
Yeah.
It's great. He's just going to be standing there with 1 foot in a settlement, 1 foot out of one. I'm a member of the 10 Club. Not an 8 Club, not a 2 Club, but you add them together, it's a 10 Club.
I don't know why you have to hate on the 10 Club.
I don't hate on it. It's just why is it called the 10 Club? Maybe you could explain that to me. I'm not a Pearl Jam fan.
I guarantee you were in some kind of Kiss fan club growing
Kiss
up.
Army, which was the first one I ever heard of with an army, by the way.
You were part of the Kiss Army?
I might have joined it. I don't know if I was never a big joiner of clubs, believe it or not. Never. What was the
It's their first record's 10.
Oh, all right. That makes sense. And if Sabbath had a 13 Club in honor of their last record, I'd be a member.
You would.
A 10 Club plus 3. Yes, I would. Happily join that.
I'm beginning to like your impression better than Jay Morris.
Yes, of course. I don't know anything else about them.
That's spot on, though.
It is good.
It's very good. All right. Well, good for Eddie.
Do you have a newsletter with the 10 Club?
Yeah.
But only 10 Club members get it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Travis goes, yeah.
What does he tell you that no one else knows?
I can't tell you.
Oh, it's a secret. What's the secret handshake? It's when you take your right hand and you make it like you're holding a hot dog, and then your left cheek bulges out. That's the 10 Club.
What do you mean you can't tell us?
I can't tell you. Can't tell you what's in deep.
Oh, God.
That's what's it called?
Yeah.
Why deep?
Deep.
Deep.
There's probably a reason.
That's how they stuck it in when they conned you out of $20. Fucking deep. Take 10 deep.
It's $20 a year, and I get awesome tickets.
How do you get? Oh, do you get first crack at tickets?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you knew about the whole Jay-Z thing, didn't you? I bet they told 10 Club members, get the front row, guys.
I want to go to a Pearl Jam show.
Yeah, me too.
Cincinnati's the closest for us this year, huh?
And that happened last night.
It did?
Yeah, they started last night.
Oh, so now what?
Oh.
Now we're fucked.
They're playing somewhere in Illinois, near Chicago.
Oh.
We could go to Chicago.
I'd go.
Could we go up to Chicago, do a live show?
Of course we can.
I'd go for other reasons. I wouldn't go to the show, but I'd go to Chicago.
No, go to the show.
Hang
You'd
out
love
in
it.
Trump Tower. I like that Trump Hotel.
That was a nice place.
Yeah, we'll go there.
Nice
You'd
joint.
rather hang out in a hotel than go see Pearl Jam for 3 hours?
Yeah.
What I liked, what I liked about the Trump Hotel in Chicago is how they took care of us, man. Chocolate covered strawberries for everyone.
That was nice. I mean, something, it's
We
it's-
rock.
When you fly halfway across the country, you want a $19 item. That By the way, that was your 10 Club membership right there that we ate. 10 Club, welcome to my 10 Club members.
We got chocolate-covered strawberries on the house.
I have to
We're
renew
big shots.
my membership is up in 12 days.
Do you pay, and how do you prove that it's you? Do you have to send a photo of yourself felching somebody?
No, you know how like websites have logins now?
They do.
Yeah, I just log in and pay.
A lot of my favorite ones have logins. Ooh, let's see who the new girl, quote unquote, is this week.
The new gal?
Let's see who she is.
Logs.
Are you still doing those sites?
Occasionally. Not many. They're all the same. After a while, they begin to cannibalize themselves, as we say.
I see.
But we do say that a lot. Yeah, I was on. I joined a website yesterday briefly, and I'm now getting off it.
What site did you join briefly?
Plenty of Fish.
The hell is that?
Oh, it's a dating website.
Why? Because Tinder's not happening?
Yeah, it's just there's one called.
And why are you getting off it so fast?
Because you can only date. Let me see. You can only date. I didn't know this, that these scumbags on Plenty of Fish do this, but if you put your age in, I think I lied by 2 years, so I'm not like 48.6. You can only look for women who are 14 years younger or closer. But I'm like, how fucking dare these cocksuckers tell you you can't date somebody? Like, they should have it be that the person can block older people. Like, if you're 20 and you don't want some creepy 40-year-old, I get it.
You can put the...
Yeah, only 30-year-olds can see your profile.
I am not interested in...
Yes.
Yeah.
But how can they dictate who you should be, unless it's to keep out the sugar daddy seeking girls too? That might also be, they might have been getting overrun with hookers who are seeking older sugar daddies and roping these guys like me in who go like, you really like me? Do you really like me, Svetlana? Sure, I'll say, sure. She's so fucking pretty. And then all of a sudden you have to send her fucking, your bank account. So that might have been
Fast forward, he's going to be on 40-day fiance, whatever the hell.
90-day fiance.
90-day fiance.
No, 40-day fiance is the one with half the time.
Right.
But they suck your dick immediately. That's the caveat.
90-day fiance. So your age on there is 44?
Or something like that,
So you can only go down to 30?
Yeah, I was annoyed by that so much. Even though it's like, I don't know if I'm not going to... I would date somebody, for me, a good age is somewhere around 27, 28. I like that a lot because they're not in baby-making mode yet, but they're old enough to be smart and kind of have a career going, but they're not fucking... That's way old. I'm a lot older than that, too, but that's what I like.
Okay.
I don't want someone who's 20. You know what I mean? So
you're going to re-sign up with a different age?
No, because I don't like to lie either. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't like, yeah, sure, HIV style. I'll lie about that stuff and explain it. I'll explain it.
Nobody's perfect.
Now, that type of stuff I explain, which the first time she walks out of my bathroom, tear-stricken, talking about the scale and how she's losing. I can't put muscle on. Well, I've been meaning to tell you something. So, that is, but that annoyed me. Like, why would they do that? It's just, there's some kind of a really shit. How fucking dare you tell people who they should be with?
I would love to know the reasoning. They must have some kind of reasoning.
They probably got too many complaints from the younger female members, and instead of just doing something like that, they started this. Now, somebody will call up and tell me how stupid and full of shit I am, and I almost want to hear that. But I called and left an indignant message. I'm also curious as to how these sites are, if there's a lot of... Like, Tinder is so much bullshit and spam. And these fucking...
So why don't they control that?
Because they don't want to. They can, but they don't want to.
Why not? Probably because they're not getting enough women.
I don't know. They get a lot, man. They get a lot.
So then they don't need that spam shit.
Maybe it's just lazy, or they don't. I don't know. But that annoys me that they could fix that and don't. I just take a screen cap of every one I get that's bullshit. And here's the key: if she's pretty and she says hi to me first, she's fucking spam. There's been a few. And then Cuddler, I went on Cuddler to see what that is.
What the hell is Cuddler?
Cuddler. It is shit. It's shit.
So they're trying to, jump on the whole Tinder thing.
Yeah, and Facebook is, of course, tied in. Facebook is tied in with everything. They're like fucking oxygen.
What the hell's
a location-based social meeting app for cuddling?
Yeah, but it's garbage.
For cuddling?
Yeah, cuddling. Like,
You can just call me.
Find people near you who are up for a cuddle. Have a cuddle with them. No pressure.
Okay, here's my options on Cuddler. You don't have that many options. Like, I'm scrolling through. That's all the options you have. I have Richard, who's got his hand on his cheek. And I have Vikram, who's a guy in sunglasses who looks like Eddie Trunk. I have Amar, who's a handsome guy in sunglasses looking that way. I have Jake, who's another guy looking longingly over the water.
Oh,
so
God.
far, nothing with a twat.
Do you set your preference to men?
Cam, no. That's the beauty. Of course not. Cam, who I'm guessing is a guy, unless he's got a hockey player that Dennis Leary does a foundation show for.
This is Cutler right now?
Here's a girl. I have Jorge, who's just a guy, and JJ, who's another guy like with a best man pose. Here she is, Christina. Let me click on her picture. No information. Ask Christina for a cuddle. I click on cuddle now. Hold on, cuddle now, and then the little thing goes and there's a check that appears on her. Error sending request. Oh fuck!
Why her?
I don't know. Maybe there's a box the girls can check. Oh wait, no. Here it goes. It's going through, but there's a 0 next to her with an arrow up and a 0 next to her with an arrow down. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means.
You.
It means no likes or dislikes.
No likes or dislikes. No, everyone has got a 0.
Should we watch the video on Cuddler?
Yeah, let's try to
real
figure
shit.
out the whole cuddle thing.
If it says this app is shit, let me see, Trav.
Ever just want to cuddle?
Yeah, where's all those people that they're scrolling through?
Now there's
you
finally
go.
an app for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a girl looking for guys. That's exactly what it is. Right.
You have a cuddle request from Faye.
Faye. Ooh, Faye.
Sitting there.
Faye has asked for a cuddle. He's just sitting on a wall
with
somewhere.
flowers. Oh, there's Faye. She's nearby.
Charlie accepted your cuddler request.
Wow.
All right.
And what's it say? Message from Charlie. Let's meet in the park. Faye, you're not going to pipe me over the head, are you? Charlie, no.
Real-time walking directions.
Cool.
Oh, she's walking toward, what's his name, Charlie?
Charlie and Faye.
Charlie and Faye are walking toward each
This
other.
commercial should end on a cliff, and Charlie should throw himself
Cuddle
off.
in public or in private.
Ooh.
They're getting closer to each other.
Let's cuddle in the park.
They're both in the park. They meet by a monument.
Faye, Charlie?
Now they're
laying in the grass.
cheek in the park.
Ew, with their fucking head. They're both looking up at the
Who the fuck would
sky.
want that?
And they walk away. Take care.
That was it? Really?
This is the most unrealistic thing
That
I've
is
ever
the
seen.
stupidest thing ever.
Now they're hugging. Yeah, oh, she dropped the sock. Well, different people are hugging. What a fucking... This commercial is making my... Oh, there's a guy in a wheelchair who wants a cuddle? How about that? It's great. He's going to cuddle at crotch level. What a fucking lie. Cuddlerrap.com. I hate it.
It's like cuddle rape.
Cuddle rape.
They're just lying to each other. So what? That's Tinder, basically.
No, we all have
They're making
zero
believe,
hugs.
look, it's just about hugs, but of course you want to get down to business.
Mohammed. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to cuddle with. Let me cuddle with Mohammed. Funny, you cuddle with him, and you're like, it feels like you're wearing something under your shirt. Why is there a ticking like you're holding an alarm clock? Laura. Oh, 0 cuddles. Hold on, let me give Laura the old cuddle request.
All right.
Me and everything else with a cock and balls on Cuddler. All right. I don't want to cuddle with Jeffrey or Eduardo. God damn it. Charlie, Chris, Alex, Caroline, cuddle request coming.
How close are these people?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Why? Because there's no information.
If any of these say yes, you got to leave the studio immediately.
You don't even need to say that. Okay. But here's the rule for the day. If we're ever on the radio and I'm like, oh my God, my chest, I've gotten a cuddle request.
Okay.
I didn't want to say that. I have gotten, Paolo. I don't know if that's a guy or a girl's name, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Jason, and there's a, yay! Jason's only a half a year old. Oh, there's a guy behind him. Another Mohammed. How many Mohammeds want cuddles?
That's kind of scary.
There's a lot of guys on this. Oh, Carrie Ann, I've seen her 3 days in a row. I'm sure she's legitimately looking for cuddles. Pretty girl like that. Carla's fucking pretty. I bet you she's looking for a guy like me.
Are you clicking yes on all these or whatever the fuck you have to click?
I couldn't click yes fast enough.
Okay.
Here's the rule of thumb. If you have a cunt on Cuddler, you're a yes. You're a yes. Dave is swimming. Tom and Thesis looks like Bobo. Brian. And then you click back, and it's just my profile picture. Tell your friends about Cuddler. That's what I need. More cockblockers on Cuddler.
How
fucking awful.
How's your profile picture?
It's just my Tonight Show photo.
Oh, that's a nice picture. All right.
Yeah.
You should get some cuddles out of that.
What shit?
This guy's on Tinder. He went on a date last night. Let's check out
Troy Kwan, you're on.
JP in Miami. JP.
Hey guys, congrats on the new deal.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm 25. I went on a Tinder date last night. It's actually it's pretty much the only way I get girls basically now. It's a great app. I mean, there's a lot of spam, but it's fantastic.
Yeah, there are a lot of real girls on. I'm going to say that I've talked to quite a few. I've only had that one lunch date, but a couple of the other ones I've talked to are legitimate. I've talked to a girl on the phone. She was really cute, and that's not a bullshit app. There's too much spam, and they annoy me because they could fix it, but there's a lot of real girls on there.
What about the girl you went on lunch day with?
She's nice.
Have you talked to her since?
No, but...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
No, I actually went out with a 29-year-old really attractive attorney last night. A lot of smart girls, a lot of really cool girls I met off of it. But you have to be good looking, right? Like that's the one thing about Tinder. It's the girls kind of run the game on Tinder. You know what I mean?
That's the same thing about life. The
No
country.
kidding. What are you talking about?
That's the dating world. Tinder is a microcosm. They're like that with...
Life would be a lot easier if we had pussies.
Yeah, exactly. If I had a pussy between my... That's
You know
the
what
way it
I
is.
would be able to get done if I had a pussy?
Absolutely.
Jesus.
I'd be happier to show up every day. I'd just lick your cooter.
The women out there with the boo-hoo, boo-hoo. You got the pussy. Are you kidding me? You got all the power.
Absolutely.
Everyone knows that.
You have that lump of hollowed-out sauerkraut between your legs.
Hey, JP.
Yeah, Opie, before I go, man, I just want to tell you, I've been listening to you since high school now. Now I'm a grown-ass man, 25. Big fan of all you guys. Keep it up.
Thank you. No, but I want to ask you, did you get anything off the woman last night?
No, we made out. We have plans to definitely hook up again. The last girl I actually met on Tinder, she had a terribly smelly vagina, but she was cute too. So I mean, there's ups and downs, but I mean,
wait, she had a smelly vagina?
Of course she did. He was her 5th Tinder date of the day.
Oh God,
she's probably taking loads all day before you.
What was wrong with the vagina? And how close did you get to it?
Well, we went out for drinks one afternoon, and sat there a couple of drinks, went back to her place, and she got naked, and I smelled this horrible smell. It was terrible. She was, what, 25? So about my age, yeah. And I mean, it was awful. And then she told me she didn't want to hang out again after that. I don't know if she was embarrassed by the smell or what.
Maybe it was the fact that all of a sudden she looked up and her fucking parakeet was dead, like it smelled gas in the mine.
I was because I smelled it, and so I started fingering her, and then I put it in her mouth, and she had a sour look on her face.
Oh, good for you!
God.
Yeah, that was a great. Take that, you. Good for you.
Yeah, so she definitely know.
All right,
guys, great, big fan.
Thanks. Watch out for the Ebola.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling all my friends to watch out for the Ebola. It's happening now.
Especially with body fluids like that.
It's happening. It turns out the guy in Texas, he went to a clinic or a hospital, and they sent him home with antibiotics.
They didn't know.
They misdiagnosed him?
They didn't know about his trip to Sierra Leone.
So they sent him home, and it turns out that's the guy with the Ebola.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Look at the Ebola stories everywhere.
Right now, he's probably cuddling with somebody. He's probably one of these guys on the Cuddler app. One of these creeps.
What is Cuddler?
I get what it is, but it stinks.
They're just lying.
Look, what they're saying is possible. You can meet someone like that.
Right, but you're not going to start hugging and cuddling them in a park.
I don't think they do that with me. But Tinder I thought was bullshit until I got on it, and I finally started getting some matches.
Getting a few hits.
But you have to work fucking quick, because the girls get very... There was one really cute girl, older than I normally would have talked to, by the way, and we were going back and forth a little bit, and then she just lost interest and that happens. You got to accept it.
Right.
There was one beautiful one who she only responded to me once, and she just not again, so I'm like, she's just not interested.
She's out.
Yeah, a lot of them want more Instagram followers or whatever. And, you have to accept that's what it is.
All right, one more, and then we'll move on to other things. Pete in Texas. Pete.
Hey, fellas.
Hey.
I just wanted to share a story of how I got cock blocked by the show on Tinder. Met a girl. She said she was from Long Island, so I said, oh, okay. And I started making some jokes. Oh, where are you from? Mastic, Central Islip? She goes, actually, I am from Mastic Beach. You think this is a joke? And basically called me a shithead and blocked me.
Well, you didn't get cock blocked because you asked her if she was from Mastic.
Well, I was joking around, kind of saying, she said, how did you know that? And I said, oh, well, me and my friends would joke around about it. It's kind of the butt of their jokes, but...
Why would you say that while you're trying to bang a girl?
Yeah.
Why would you do location humor? Yeah. Where are you from? I'm from East Meadow. Some good East Meadow slams. I would praise wherever they're from.
Fair enough.
He's gone.
Guess that's the end of that one.
And that's the end of that. So there's your update on Jimmy with his Tinder and his cuddler and everything else.
And fucking Plenty of Fish. I want an explanation on that. I want to know why they do that. There's a million. Everyone's like, what a great site it is. You know? It's not hard to get laid, by the way. It's not about getting laid. It's not even about necessarily I don't know what it is. I just want to see why not do it?
Right.
Some girl asked me, like, well, isn't it weird that you're known and I'm like, no, why is it weird?
Why would that be strange?
Yeah, who cares? What would you rather have this?
There was a time all those dating sites were very, very creepy, but they're respectable now.
Yeah, it's just real people.
A lot of people have found their special someone on those sites.
I got my Plenty of Fish responses were not good so far. Because again, they're women. Look, nothing against women. It's not that if you're in your 30s, you're not sexy. You are. But a lot of times in your late 30s, you want something I don't want. You want kids right now. And I'm sorry. I have a childish lifestyle. Mm-hmm. I fucking, you know what I mean? I still cut gas. I literally come in here sometimes looking forward to farting with my friends. No woman wants to marry that. I'm not looking at babies right now. So women in their 30s, that's what you want.
Will you ever have babies?
Maybe. I'm not against it necessarily, but I don't want it right now. Right. So every woman says, well, I don't want it either. But a lot of times you do. They're lying. Well, they mean well, but they don't even want to acknowledge to themselves that they want that, but they do. Right. So I'm sorry. That's not what I'm trying to do.
All right. We got to go to Boston. The Boston Herald, right? Was it the Boston Herald, Sam, with that cartoon?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that guy thinking? I don't believe his explanation.
He's a fan.
He's a fan of what?
Watermelon.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If you go to NECN on the Twitter, it says the Boston Herald's taking heat this morning for this controversial cartoon. And it basically says White House invader got farther than originally thought, and the intruder's in a bathtub as Obama is brushing his teeth. And the intruder says, hey, have you tried the new watermelon flavored toothpaste? What the fuck? So then people were like, what the fuck? Yeah. And the cartoonist, who's very respected, I guess, I've heard, I don't know for sure, but that's what people have been telling me this morning, basically said, well, when I was, doing this cartoon, I looked into the medicine cabinet and I saw my kid's toothpaste and it was watermelon flavor, so I went with that.
Maybe that's
just lying.
But that might even if that's true, it doesn't mean you don't understand what you're writing.
Right.
Stop. I don't think he should get in trouble for it, but he's trying to be cute and he built in with plausible denial. Well, what are they gonna? Hey, technically,
he had a story prepared.
Yeah, just say that.
When the cartoon would have worked, no matter what flavor, he chose. So to kind of push it that forward with watermelon, knowing that would maybe he wanted everyone to talk about it today.
Well, he probably did.
Yeah, because a lot more people are talking about his cartoon than usual. So,
but you're right though. Even if it's not your intention. Like, the minute you step back and look at the comic when it's done, you go, oh, shit, I
And there's an editor that looks at this, too.
Yeah.
You don't just put it in the paper and sneak it in. They go, we were wondering what you're going to do, Bill. Here it is. They know what you're doing. So if that was a Jewish guy, fixing his whatever the curly parts of the hair are called, and it tied in somehow, would he have said so? Did you pick up any pennies? No, I was just saying, what you might do during the day is pick up a penny if you saw it.
Yeah. I don't think the guy should get in trouble either. But I mean, you know what you're doing. Stop. You've been doing this for a very long time.
That's a 13-year-old Jimmy Norton argument. What he did. Right. That's a 13. But no, I just was. It's like,
right.
Yeah, but we understand technically what you're saying in court. But we all know what you did.
Is there a watermelon toothpaste?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
It exists.
Right. We got a lot of dumb flavors in our house, but I haven't come across the watermelon one yet.
On the guy's on his own website, where all of his database or whatever of his comics are, that one has been changed to say raspberry flavored toothpaste.
Well, they shouldn't have to change this. It's out there already. I love that.
Well, his thing, for his story to exist, this thing has to be like, oh, I didn't even realize this was racist until you mentioned it. I'll change it.
Could he be that stupid? Could you be that out of touch?
Not if you're writing political cartoons, satire and all that.
Don't change it then. Don't do this knowing that's going to get shit and then change it.
Right. Just leave it and say, hey, this is why I did it, so be it.
Yeah, it's not
It's got to occur to you at some point in the process.
Come on.
Of course.
Exactly. Let's say hi to Greg in Texas. Greg.
Hey, how you doing, Greg?
Pretty good. What's up?
Well, want to give you an update on the Ebola guy. Turns out he's actually a Liberian citizen.
I don't care what he does for a living, sir.
Yeah, he's here in Texas to visit relatives. He told the nurse when he went in with flu-like symptoms that he was from Liberia and he was sick. And she didn't bother to tell anybody else about the Liberian thing, gave him some antibiotics and sent him home.
Yeah.
Well, that's how stupid we are, letting people come to visit from Liberia while there's a fucking viral outbreak.
Oh, and he came to America via two other stops. I think it was Europe and someplace else. So
I think it was 2 United Airlines flights.
What dumb, polite people we are.
What the fuck are we doing? Why are we taking these chances?
We're stupid. We really are stupid.
We can't handle Ebola.
No.
We think we can, but we can't.
You're not going to want to hear this, but we were safer when W was in the White House. You can call him stupid all you want, but we were safer.
Well, 9/11 did happen when he was in the White House. There was another airline mishap, if you remember correctly.
Which kind of set the ball rolling.
Yeah. We weren't safe when he was in the White House. They're all the same, dude. And this is not a knock on him or Obama. They're all the fucking same.
No, there's a big difference, man.
No, there's really not.
Like America.
What's that?
Obama doesn't even like America.
That's silly. Even if you hate Obama, that's a stupid. It's not accurate.
I don't hate the man. I hate his politics.
Well, then why do you think he hates America? Because you don't like his politics.
Well, he said right up front that he intended to fundamentally change it. He obviously didn't like it.
Well, maybe he didn't like certain elements of it. Can't you not like elements? Like, you love your parents, but you might not like certain things they do.
Yeah, I know, but look what he's done since he's been in. You know, the FBI had to remove from their profiling book everything about Muslims. Did you know that?
Yeah, and I don't like that.
Yeah,
and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's
I
not
recently saw an article about the guys who did the bombing in Boston. Oh, lo and behold, now the FBI figured out that they went to a mosque in Boston. Well, they couldn't even ask a mosque if they went anything during that time because the FBI has been forbidden to profile Muslims.
Fair enough, but like when Bush was, do you remember all those hijackers who came in on visas when Bush was president? They all came in on visas, and then Bush is seen holding hands in the fucking garden in Saudi Arabia with the royal family, and those hijackers. What was it? 15 of them came from Saudi Arabia. So come on, man, they're all the same. These guys. What do you think? We weren't safer.
They came from they came from Saudi Arabia, but the king of Saudi Arabia is not a part of Al Qaeda.
No, but a lot of them are funded by the royals in some way, shape, or form, and that's how the royals survive. A lot of terrorism is funded by the royals, and people know that.
They're just like people in America who give money to Democrats and they give money to Republicans. They just want to, so they're covered. Whoever wins.
But look at all the steps you just took to explain why it's cool for 15 of the 19 hijackers to come from Saudi Arabia and for still us to be very close with them. But then Obama does like one thing, and you're like, he hates America. Like, do you see what I mean?
Oh, can I tell you one more thing?
Okay.
Sure.
All right. When Clinton was president, he passed an executive order saying that the CIA and the FBI could not share information. When those hijackers were in America, the CIA was waiting for those guys to come back out because the guy who was the head of the ring, they had raided his apartment in Europe. They had his computer. They had plans on the computer to hijack planes and fly them into buildings in America. They couldn't tell the FBI that. The CIA had the information. They had his computer. They can't operate in the United States.
I find it hard to hold on a second. I find it hard to believe that somebody knew something and was just, well, we're not allowed to say anything. I think you're probably oversimplifying something.
No. Do you know that came out during the hearings?
Their lack of communication.
No, during the hearings, as it turns out, on the 9/11 Commission, the lady that sat down at the end of the table at the hearings was the Assistant Attorney General under Clinton. She was the one who penned the order that he signed. Okay,
so what did the order? They're not allowed to share information. So who knew that the 9/11 attacks were coming?
The CIA had been following these guys and had raided Muhammad Atta's apartment in Europe. And on his computer was the whole layout. We're going to hijack planes and fly them into buildings. They didn't have specifics, but they knew what they were up to.
So what the executive... Hold on, I'm going to cut you off. I'm asking. The executive order said that the information you just gave, because I know that they dropped the ball. They can't share that. Like, they would have gotten big trouble if they called the FBI and said, look, you got to look at this guy, Mohammed Atta, because we have this in his computer.
of law, they could not share that information with the FBI. That's the executive order.
I think you're wrong about that. I don't think you're lying. I think you're making an error.
No. I watched the hearings.
I'm sure you did, and I'm sure you're being truthful. But I think you're making an error.
No, I'm not, because when it was Bush's attorney general, the one that everybody hated, right there at the beginning. I can't think of his name, but anyway, he's the one who lifted it up and showed it to him, and all the Democrats on the panel were shocked. And when Bush's attorney general pointed at her and said, "And that's the lady that wrote it right there," they all looked down the end of the table, shocked at her, and went to recess.
What was the order for? What was the purpose of the order?
The purpose of the order, you can determine. The order simply said that the CIA must work outside the country and the FBI works inside the country.
I know that. I don't believe that they can't share information. I think that those agencies have always been very territorial about their information, and a lot of it could just be that they want credit for the bust. I don't know exactly, but I don't believe that they said they're not allowed to share information. If they learn about a terror attack, I don't believe that Clinton would.
They are now because of Homeland Security. That was the big change. Homeland Security brought everything under one umbrella. But under the Clinton administration, by executive order, he specifically told them they could not communicate under penalty of law. They could have, if the CIA guy had picked up the phone and said, "Hey, you got some terrorists in New York, go get them," that would have been a violation of law. It would have been a federal felony.
I think you're missing something.
I think you need to educate yourself.
I'm listening to you, and the president says, okay, there's terrorists in the country. Let's sign this bill that prevents the CIA from letting the FBI know it.
But you're using logic.
Well, yeah, I am using logic, and I don't think you're lying. I just think that there's some piece, that there's something that was designed for that you're missing. I don't know what it is.
No, you're just trying to apply logic to I couldn't even tell.
All right, hold on, we got somebody else. Maybe you're right. Let's talk.
I'm going to put you on with Jay in Jersey. You got Greg in Texas. Jay, what's up?
Hey, it's Dave. Yeah, doesn't this guy think that maybe that even if it was that you couldn't share information between the two, someone couldn't kind of elbow the other guy and say, "Hey, maybe you ought to check this out," and keep it under the table?
Well, these are career people that can not only be prosecuted, they can lose everything. And a presidential executive order is pretty damn serious.
No, I mean, I get that, but it's an executive order. But
hold on, we'll look it up. We'll look up the executive order. We'll look it up, dude. And if it's written like you're saying it's written,
yeah,
I'll tell you that. I mean,
thank you, Jay. Let me go to Steve on Long Island. You're on with Greg in Texas. Steve.
Greg. I'm Greg. And
Hey.
Jimmy.
Hey.
Listen.
I can hear you, buddy.
In Texas, listen, man. Bush was given the notice bin Laden to strike in the United States 4 times. They ignored it. It's a proven fact. If you paid attention to the hearings like you say you did, then you know that the last CIA guy that gave it to him, he said, "Thanks, you covered your ass. Have a good day" to him. You know this. This was in August. It's a common knowledge at this point. So you're telling us, Jimmy's right. It doesn't matter who's in that fucking office. You're not changing the structure underneath that guy. You're not changing it. He's not going to come in and change policies instantaneously. The U.S. government is not like a small business where when you change the owner, everything changes.
Well,
it takes a long process. And you are right that you are right that they couldn't talk to each other.
And a president coming into office has no idea, especially Congress didn't even know about this executive order. You can't.
No, they did because they changed it right after when they said that they couldn't talk to each other, and they could talk to each other. But the problem was that they didn't have the meetings. But there was a notice, a security briefing that came to the president that said bin Laden to strike in the United States and laid out the plan, and he was given it 4 times, and it was ignored 4 times.
It was just I have a question, though. What is it? Well, okay, so the executive order said what about them talking to each other? No, I'm asking the guy that just called in, because I know how if you remember, Jimmy, right after
the major news story was that the agencies couldn't talk to each other. There was a communication problem. And whether that was an executive order or not, I'm not certain. But as soon as 9/11 happened, they point the finger backwards. If you remember when it happened, they didn't want to accept the responsibility that it happened on their watch. So the first thing they did was they blamed Clinton for it. They said Clinton had a chance to get bin Laden, and he may have, but he didn't do it.
Yeah, he just decided not to strike.
Yeah, right, exactly. He just decided, I'm not going to pull the trigger, right. So they said that was the reason why 9/11 happened. Not that there were really, really big security problems from before that. When the briefings came out, everybody knew this is not it's not like unknown at this point. I mean, we're looking 12 years backwards. Let's pull our heads out of our ass.
And we got and even if the guy is right, dude, sorry to interrupt you, but even if the guy is right, dude, you maybe, if you're right about the executive order and I'm wrong, cool. But that's still, it doesn't mean Obama hates America. Like, the point is, we're not safe under any of them. We're not safer under Bush. We're not safer under Clinton. And we are not any safer or less safe under Obama. They're all the fucking same.
Jimmy, you're absolutely right. The only way that would change is if you change every fucking general and every major, everybody in the military, everybody in the Secret Service, everybody in the FBI, everybody in the CIA. That's the only way you could honestly say that we are not safer under somebody. If he wiped out everybody and said, okay, here you go, here's the job, and gave it to ne'er-do-wells and to a bunch of his friends, then you could say that.
All right, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. No, we got kind of sidetracked on that thing. The point is, you can't say that one is because Bush didn't know his. I think he was pardoned, but I think they all fucked up. Clinton fucked up by not going after him. Bush fucked up. They all fucked up.
We got someone that works for the government wants in on this quickly, and we still have Greg in Texas on the line. Who's this? Oh, prefer not to say name. Okay. Sorry about that. What do you got, sir?
Deep T, we'll call you.
Whoever said get rid of everyone is sort of a boob. First off, it's a culture not to share information between organizations because you don't know how that information is classified and how it's treated. So there is reasons for it not to share. Now, to say that someone doesn't like America or that we need to change everyone in it, that's just ridiculous because you know what? You're right. I think Jimmy's right, and I have to agree with him. It is a culture where you don't know all the information, and it's too big of an organization to share everything. And that's what people aren't realizing, is that the government is a lot larger than most organizations that operate in the country. They apply it like it's a regular job.
What is the executive order that Greg was talking about, though?
I'm not sure exactly of the executive order that he was talking about, but, I mean, I can tell you, if you look at any of the current cases that are happening, such as the thing with, like, Fort Hood, the Boston one, you can see information wasn't shared. It's kept within the organization because that's how you keep the information classified and you keep it between yourself. Just so sit there and say, well, someone hates America and doesn't want to share information. It's not for that reason. It's more for a security reason that you're not sharing the information.
Yeah, and we have Homeland Security now, and information is still not shared. But at a time when terrorism was on the rise, tell me what motivation a president would have for signing such an executive order.
But it's a cultural thing. It's more of a breach in security. I mean, I understand you're from the general public, but you don't understand how much information is fed into there, that there is a inherent risk when you start sharing that information. So to sit there and say it's because they hate the country, that's not true. What they're trying to do is protect the information. So to share it in between organizations, that stuff becomes classified or sensitive.
Can I ask Greg a question? Greg, just again, what do you think the motive was that Clinton signed that? If the order is as you say it is, okay, but why would you think? What do you think the motive was?
Well, let's go to what. All right, let's go to what a lot of Democrats said when it happened 9 months into Bush's term. They lamented that it didn't happen sooner. They even said that Clinton missed his chance for greatness. They wished that it had happened on his watch so that he could be the one standing up there on the fire.
No. What do you think the motive for that executive order was? If it's written as you say it was written, what do you think the motive was?
Well, I think it's pretty clear.
It's not, or I wouldn't ask you.
Well, it's clear to me that the Clinton administration wanted some sort of attack. Yep. They didn't want if the CIA had some information.
No, the Clinton administration...
You watch too much news and then don't think about it. And I agree with you when you told Jimmy you can't use logic with it, because they don't always use logic. They have lobbyists. There's all kinds of political things that push how policy's written. So it's more of a thing as they see it as a secure thing by not sharing the information, because then it can't be leaked to the press or anything like that. With what you're saying is that they just don't like it or they don't want to protect it. That's insane. And to sit there and say, look, Democrat versus
CIA guys wanted to give that information.
Dude, you just said basically the Democrats, Clinton wanted the attack, Obama hates America, and Bush. It's just a Republican-Democrat thing with you. That's all it is.
I'll tell you right now, I'm straight Republican, and I'm not a fan of the policy that's in there right now. But you know what? It doesn't mean that they don't like America. They just have different backing and different appointees that give them information for them to make decisions. Do you think one gentleman that's sitting in the White House understands all the things that are happening within the country? No. He listens to his advisors and then makes policy based on that. So if he's told that that's an information security thing, he's going to listen to his advisors. He's not doing it because he doesn't like it.
I'm just looking at the difference between a president who loves the Constitution.
All right.
You see again, dude, that's just silly.
Listen, Greg, you made your point. Thanks for calling the show. And the guy that works for the government, we appreciate you as well.
All right, Opie.
All right,
but
thanks,
that to me is the problem. Not that Greg is stupid or anything. Maybe he's right about that order. But, like, here's a president who loves the country and the Constitution. Here's a president who... Like, that's what it all comes down to.
Only Republicans...
they love the
only Republican presidents love the country.
Bush loves the country and the Constitution. The liberals hate it. It's
right.
Come on, man. It's just...
I think it's a little more complicated than that,
Of course
don't you
it
think?
is.
All right, we're going to take a break. We got food in front of us. We got a busy show. We got Ron Perlman coming in today to promote his new book, Easy Street. He was in once before. He's a cool guy.
Very good.
From Sons of Anarchy, even though he's not on the show anymore. We'll talk to Ron. Also, Dan Soder coming in for a quick little visit, doing an hour or so with us. We might do Jocktober. We just got lots to do.
And I got the Stress Factory tonight through Sunday.
Yes, Jim Norton at the Stress Factory. Please go and support Jim
Why is Dan
Norton.
only staying for an hour?
He's coming in late. So, no, he'll be here for a couple hours, I guess.
And if we have time?
What?
At the movies with...
No one believes us anymore.
It's not going to happen.
We've been promoting it
They hope we're lying.
We promote it every week and it never happens. So maybe we'll do it today, finally.
Shitface is ready.
So why don't we do it right after the break?
Shitface told me he's prepped.
All right, and I also want to talk about the grandma that got lost in... Did you talk about the grandma getting lost in the dugout?
Mm-hmm.
With the security guy going, what the fuck's going on here? Have you seen the video yet?
No.
It's amazing. We'll get into that as well.
Is that where they? Oh, I know it. She was on her hands and knees, and they were using her vagina as the bat holding thing. Yes, I know that one.
We'll get into the video next. Stay there.
In case you missed it, recently this happened.
Kevin, I'm glad the audience heard the last couple of minutes, but we're just staring at Rich. He's just drooling in front of everybody. Were you falling asleep?
No. Shut up. What are you throwing me under the bus?
We're throwing you under the bus because you distracted everyone. Sam is crying. He's laughing so hard.
I drooled
You
by
didn't notice
accident.
that drool?
No, what the fuck? Leave me alone. I'm fucking listening to the story.
Bonnie.
Oh, you're a
I
fucking
I think when he brought a green screen, Rich got confused.
No, he said blue screen.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
Right.
that was confusing. But I'll tell you what.
All right, no, continue with your story, but I didn't want you to think we were just amazed that this drool was hanging out of his mouth and we were waiting for it to finally fall, and it did, all over his shirt.
I will say this also, if I may.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the other side of the nation and didn't witness any of that happening. This is why Opie is not only surviving but thriving along with Jim in this new show. Because that story was pretty much over about 7 minutes ago. And whether, in terms of entertainment value, and whether or not Rich was drooling, you did a beautiful thing for all of us.
Here's the thing about
Rich did have a big piece of drool.
Here's the thing about...
Hold on before you praise Kevin, since you ruined his story.
I didn't ruin
Rich,
his story.
Shut up, Rich. I'm kidding.
That was
He did
just
have a
a
big
joke.
piece of drool coming out of his mouth.
And I got distracted. We all just got distracted by it. We're like, how long is it going to take for him to notice this
He was
huge piece of
joking.
drool is
He was kidding.
Fucking...
But the reality is this. Sam and Kevin have a very weird energy between them. They have a very weird energy. I can see it on Sam's face.
Yeah, I think
they
Sam,
have a weird energy between
I think Sam purposely sabotaged the great Kevin Pollak story.
With this weird energy between Sam and Kevin, I can see it on Sam's face.
Yeah, what's going on with you and Kevin Pollak,
I don't
Sam?
like it.
Well, Kevin goes out of his way to be a fucking asshole whenever he gets an opportunity.
Well, you said he's a comic, and you're a fucking... Look at you. I told you, you're getting too old for the way you look.
Sam, once again, you've missed the point. I go out of my way to be a fucking asshole to you.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hear the part where you said.
Wait, why? What is this based on?
Well,
is it based on an incident that I don't know about?
There was no incident.
No, he's saying absolutely.
Sam's 100% correct. There's been no incident.
Oh, okay.
100% sweet kid around me and has been every single time. I just can't stand the sound of his fucking voice.
Right, and so
so you won't impersonate it.
No, God. Oh, God.
So when he's droning on and on and on, and everybody's being polite, I'm going to be entertained by Voss drooling because that's how we all feel. But everybody's being polite because Kevin put you in a movie.
One more. Get the show on demand now at SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Sirius 206, XM 103. The guys, the show, whatever it is, are back.
It goes out at night with a big blue song. None of his friends know right from wrong. Think about it, that pussy don't belong. You got to humanize yourself. Policeman put on his uniform. Like to have a gun just to keep him warm. Because violence here is a social norm. You got to humanize yourself. Rehumanize yourself.
What does that mean?
What's it say?
Rehumanize yourself. What does that mean?
It means the disconnect between what we are and what we have become. The chasm.
The chasm.
Chasm. That's chasm.
Chasm.
God damn me. Needs to be shortened. The chasm has gotten wider.
You don't mess up words often. That's why I laugh hard when it happens.
I've said a lot of words wrong though. Like lackadaisical, I said for years.
What's wrong with that?
Lackadaisical.
Oh, okay. Oops, I got to fix that one, too.
I think you said lackadaisical. I think you actually said it right.
Really? Oh, look at me. Sting is 63 years old today. That was a E-Rock pick. You like Rehumanize? Is that your song?
Yeah. Very upbeat ska sounding.
You like the ska sound?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't really know much about ska, but God damn it, where is this?
Whoa, what's going on?
No, the people just want to see something, and I'm going to give the people what they want.
What are they? No, what are you doing? Is he doing another?
I think it's another picture of my socks.
Oh, what kind of socks you got on today?
They're repulsive.
Let me see.
Striped socks.
They're fucking
Why
repulsive.
can't you just do white socks?
There's a reason.
White socks.
What's the reason, you think?
He's not a man. And a man who wears striped socks can never be a real man.
You really like having fancy socks?
Well, they're not fancy. They got some color.
They're fancy if they're not white.
They're awful, dude.
White socks, that's it.
White socks look stupid.
I even do white socks now with suits. I don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, that looks
now
stupid.
that I won't do.
It doesn't look stupid because not one person has ever pointed out that I'm wearing white socks with a suit.
Yeah,
they just don't know.
It's like pointing out someone as a tumor that's visible. They're just embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody notices.
No one notices because your feet are under the table and maybe your pants leg goes up.
I guarantee you.
Wearing dress socks is so overrated when a nice like cotton white sock is way more comfortable.
I guarantee you people notice every time and they don't.
In those socks you could breathe. Dress socks, for some reason you can't breathe and an athlete's foot grows immediately. E-Rock knows what I'm talking about.
Not the athlete's foot, but yes, to wearing white socks.
Why would you know anything about athletes? Anything?
Right. Exactly.
Anything twice.
But Letterman wears white socks now and then.
See?
While he does the show.
Yeah, but he also wears fancy socks.
He wears suits.
Letterman wears colorful socks all the time.
Yeah, white socks with suits.
E-Rock, you wear white socks with suits?
Anytime I can.
That a boy, because it's way more comfortable.
Never.
You and E-Rock can dress alike then.
Dude, you've seen me in many suits.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in many suits.
Sam has. He's been privy to me in a bunch of suits. You've never noticed that every single time I had white socks on. So I win, you lose.
You didn't have white socks on every single time.
Pretty much every single time.
And anytime.
Pretty much every single time.
People notice.
Maybe once. I think there was a couple times. I bought a 3-pack of dress socks because I felt like I should be a gentleman, and I hated them. They didn't breathe. They just felt horrible, and I went back to my white socks.
As requested.
Speaking of. Yes. Are you tweeting Sam's socks?
Oh, yeah. What is the name of that fucking awful puppet in Saw?
Jigsaw. Yeah.
Wait, that's the name of the puppet?
No, that's the name of the killer. I don't think the puppet has a name.
Okay.
You sure it doesn't have a name?
No, but I don't think it does.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It says Billy the Puppet.
Yeah, all right. Billy the Puppet works for your tweet there, Jimmy.
I'll say the abominable saw puppet socks. Everyone knows who that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because no one knows who Billy is.
I still haven't seen the socks.
Oh, you'll see them shortly.
Are they cotton at least? Are they comfortable, Sam?
They cotton?
Yeah, they're cotton.
100% cotton?
I don't know. They.
Oh, you got a little blend going on. A little cotton blend.
I have no idea what material they are.
They feel uncomfortable.
They don't feel uncomfortable whatsoever.
You would do better in a nice cotton sock.
Terrible. Those are upsetting.
White socks would look ridiculous with these shoes.
No one notices socks.
They couldn't look worse.
Obviously, people notice socks.
No one notices
I noticed
socks.
Everybody notices
Now, if
socks.
you were asshole skin on your foot, it wouldn't look as bad as those socks.
People are going to be taking peeks under tables now to notice that I wear white socks. That's okay.
This is the second day in a row Jim's taking a photo of my socks. People notice socks.
Stop wearing weird socks.
They're noticing socks. Yeah, why are you noticing his socks? That is a good point. That's the socks today?
He's trying to be
that looks
like
uncomfortable.
President Bush. Remember George W? George H. Bush. The HW was wearing these weird socks. It's like a little fun thing.
That's his thing. Sam,
he's
this
in a
is going to be
wheelchair.
Sam's thing.
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair, so they see his socks because his fucking dumb feet are always propped up.
Sam, when you get home today, could you tweet a picture of your sock drawer?
Yeah,
I bet you it's very colorful.
Yep.
It is very colorful. They're in a big shoebox.
Know what you're going to see in mine? White.
Yep.
Yeah, but you also
and a couple dress socks that are now way in the back.
great.
They've been pushed all the way to the back of the drawer.
If Opie's
yellow
sock drawer was a
stains.
neighborhood, I'd much rather live in it than if your sock drawer was a neighborhood.
It's got nothing to do with socks.
All right.
Yeah, but if I clean piss off my toilet with my socks, you can't see the stain.
Yeah, I still do that.
I
You
cleaned
do,
it off
right?
my mouth.
Yes.
You fucking tough it up.
What?
Nothing.
Wow. What's wrong with that? The
Licking
piss sock.
piss off the toilet? Oh, it's filthy. That's what's wrong.
It's not filthy. When you walk around your apartment in your socks, that's way worse than
having piss all over your socks.
Yes, piss is cleaner than probably what's on your floor as you're walking around with your sock feet.
What are you getting, E-Rock? You're panicking over there.
Hi, Kenny.
Sam, today's not the day to berate Opie.
No, don't do that.
Why do you say that, Kenny?
Today is a day of celebration and congratulations for Opie.
What are we celebrating?
The name of the channel. Don't shake your head. Be proud.
What's the name of the channel?
Opie Radio.
Did they change the name today?
Yeah.
Are you embarrassed?
Yes, of course I am.
Don't be.
All right, thank you, Kenny.
We're all happy for you.
Thanks. Why does he do this?
And he makes it seem like we're all happy for you, like it's just for you. It has nothing to do with anybody else
Right,
here.
it's for everyone. It's just a name.
It's not my name on there.
No, exactly. It's not Douche Radio.
Come on, you worked your whole
thank
life
you.
for this.
Thanks, Kenny. Can we move on now?
No, how are your T-shirts selling?
They're a little slow with what's today's problem.
What?
That shirt's a little slow.
Probably because there's a picture on it. It's a harder thing to wear with a picture on it.
I know. I was thinking that. That's why I try to fade it out more. Maybe I go for a redesign.
Yeah, get rid of that ugly.
Why? That's like the Twitter face, though.
Get rid of the ugly what? The ugly face?
Yeah.
How many times have you heard that when handing your driver's license over?
That's terrific. How about some attention on Jimmy?
Well, they're going to see him at Distress Factory tonight, and
yes,
you get a free T-shirt with every merchandise purchase.
Not the American Degenerate ones, though. You get like a free old T-shirt.
Yeah, we're giving away.
Yeah, the American Degenerate T-shirts. Those are.
They're all sell like hotcakes.
Well, all your shirts are nice, but you're trying to get rid of some of the older ones.
Yeah,
They're
like
not
tonight, the special treat will be Monster Rain T-shirts for free.
We'll have other ones, too. Bring the other ones, too.
No.
Yeah.
Tonight is Monster Rain.
No, we got to get the other ones, too.
What do you have?
James, I'm not bringing a truck full of T-shirts.
So bring X amount of each one. Oh, shit.
I think you should go theme night.
Yeah, see?
Tonight, because then maybe they'll go to two different shows to get the free shirts. You got Monster Rain tonight. What's Friday night?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe like Slip in a Puddle AIDS, like a nice old-fashioned saying.
Okay. And then the third night of Jimmy's Stress Factory run?
Well, you'll have to come and see.
So far, it's only Thursday, Friday we're doing it on.
Oh, the T-shirts?
Yeah, while supplies last.
Kenny. All right, thank you, Kenny.
Yeah. People can see the mustache tonight.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's
coming in.
It's a work in progress.
By next Friday, you're going to have a full mustache again.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be happy about it.
Yeah. No, there's a mustache fan club. You should jump on the bandwagon.
You just couldn't stay away.
Well, we'll see
You
what
stayed away
happens.
from the mustache for 6 years. You were almost there.
It was a rough 6 years, though.
We'll see what happens.
Why are you growing a mustache just because Sam and Troy told you to?
I have a fan club. Yeah, they're the president and vice president of the fan club.
Of the what fan club? The mustache
yeah.
fan club?
We fully support the movement. He looks great.
Thank you.
Where's your phone? You didn't get that fucking BlackBerry?
No, I still got my old BlackBerry.
Tell him why about Verizon.
You didn't go with it?
No, my Verizon guy.
It got too hot, right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Fuck. Can they fix the thermostat?
Yeah.
I go, Jimmy, it's a little cold in here. I'm going to attempt to move it up. I said a smidge.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with a smidge. And
That's
then
40 degrees here.
And then immediately it just goes up 50, 60 degrees.
It's terrible.
At once. All right, Kenny, thank you. Please.
No, thank you, GH.
All right, thanks.
All right, carry on.
People will see the mustache today. And they'll point and they'll be like, wow, that's the mustache she's been talking about. There was something. Oh, the old lady in the dugout. Did you see this video?
I did not know.
Travis probably knows a little bit about it, but basically, you got a game going on, a baseball game, and every dugout has a security guy. What's the headline say? Random old lady gets into Giants dugout. Insert Secret Service joke here. This website says.
Last 40.
What do you know the story 41. On this, Travis?
Hold on, Trav, comment.
It's so hot in here.
Yeah, I know it is.
It
Ever
got
since you
hot,
walked
right?
in, it is. It's not a soft cock in this room.
Oh, people really want to know your fan club number.
Oh, I don't know it offhand.
Why would they want that?
Why would you know that? What kind of fan are you?
That I don't know my 6 or 7 digit fan club
Exactly.
number?
I would know my Sabbath fan club number.
Because
one.
there's seniority. So, like, depending on how long.
Really?
Well, yeah, and that's fair. Depending on how long you've been a member, determines where your seats would
Well,
be.
you
if
should
were to
be
get seats
you
to
should be a member of the fan club immediately, right? How long did you wait?
I've only been a member for like 15 years.
Oh, what a fucking,
What do you mean only?
Johnny come lately. what are you waiting for to join the 10 club? That's my impression.
I'll find out.
Why is 15 years not that much?
Well, because
when did the fan club start?
20.
When the album came out?
Years ago, yeah.
As soon as 10 came out, they started the fan club?
Why didn't you join it? Oh, you're queering off?
Yeah. you know my teenage years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Holding a cat? Fucking.
All right.
So, yeah, this
Yeah.
looks great. It was the most exciting part of the game.
It's a Giants game. You got a security guard in every dugout for these baseball games, and all of a sudden, there's an old lady in the dugout. And the security guy starts looking around like, what the fuck? Does anyone know who this lady is? And what? It turns out she was just... How did she get lost in the dugout?
I have no idea.
They still don't know the story behind this?
No.
Could you play that?
I'll tell you the story. I think I know.
Okay.
Jim knows. Good.
All right, here's how it went down. Of course, Pirates, Giants.
Last 41. He can be the energy and the engine that makes the Giants go. And in the absence of Pagan, they need that.
Yeah, they definitely do need that. But, the thing with Hunter Pence, he's a free swinger like Pablo Sandoval. And that's what you can do to involve.
The guy starts pointing and looking for someone like, does anyone know what this is about?
Throws his arms up like, what am I doing with her?
She held up a paper or tickets or something.
Maybe she was like delivering cookies or something.
Oh my God. Well,
he can be the energy and the engine that makes the Giants go. And in the absence of Pagan, they need that.
Yeah, they definitely do need that.
She's looking for something.
Where's section 2?
She probably came in through the bottom, like looking for the bathroom or some weird shit, and just wound up there. She's like, they told me to go here. And people probably thought she was somebody's mother.
And all of a sudden, she's just in the dugout, and she's showing something like, I'm trying to get here.
It's true.
She's wearing a Pirates jersey, so it's not like she's...
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And
They probably thought she was her mother or something, one of the players.
But they don't know, there's no explanation yet?
She's a confused old person.
Yeah.
I understand that part, but there's no explanation.
I'm looking for a place to change my diaper. I've had an accident.
All right. We were talking about Obama and the Secret Service. Well, the director, Julia Pearson, had to step down.
Yep.
And
Yes, she did.
It was big news. And
she doesn't love America.
She doesn't love America.
It's cold in here now, by the way.
It's cold, right?
It's cold. I literally just touched that fucking cunt thermostat.
You just move it a smidge, and it goes from very hot to very cold. I don't understand. Yeah, they lost confidence, and she had to go. On Monday, it was revealed that a fence jumper with a knife had gotten deep into the White House. We know that. Far more alarming breakdown than the Secret Service admitted in its final description of the incident. Here's the problem, though. This just came out, too. After Pearson's poorly received testimony Tuesday, another bombshell. Obama shared an elevator in Atlanta on September 16th, not so long ago, with an armed guard who had a criminal record and was not authorized to be around him.
Wow.
How does that happen? Pearson never mentioned that incident at the hearing, and Ernest said the White House learned about it just minutes before press reports emerged. The spokesman suggested the lack of a heads-up was the reason Obama, within 24 hours, went from expressing confidence in Pearson to wanting her out. I guess he found out that he was in that elevator with this guy, and that's when he finally was.
A lot of people want to kill him.
Yeah.
He's the U.S. president. Not even because he's the first black president.
Yeah.
The U.S. president is the biggest murder target in the world.
Right.
And you're letting a guy like that on the elevator?
With a criminal record.
What a dummy she is. Maybe, I mean, obviously she probably wasn't hands-on at that moment, but whoever was his guy or in charge of his, they send out these guys who do the lead work a week before he goes. And,
It's very involved what they do when the president comes to town.
But how do you? Here's the rule: anyone running across the White House lawn towards should be shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, if you're running towards the White House, you should be shot because you could have a bomb strapped to you.
Mm.
That's it.
Have you seen the White House lately with the guys on the roof?
I didn't see the guys on the roof. I was there with Kenny last year.
They just patrol and come out and just kind of walk around the roof from time to time.
Everyone's so afraid to get in trouble, they won't shoot a guy like that.
It's pretty impressive. So, yeah, I can't believe that guy got so deep into the White House.
He should have been shot. He should have been shot before he hit the door. If you're running towards the White House on the lawn,
all bets are off.
You should have a gun. It should be freeze or we're going to shoot you. And then if you keep running, you're shot.
Right.
That's it.
Or just have some violent fucking dogs on the lawn.
Yeah, some dogs, right?
Some German Shepherds.
No, use those big ones. You ever see that documentary on that Russian prison? Can you look that up? It's the worst documentary, the worst Russian prison. The dogs they use to guard that fucking jail are horrendous. They're like ponies.
Really?
Yeah, they're like the best guard dogs in the world. I forget what they're. Look up worst.
Are they
Russian
the most
prison.
vicious dogs?
They might be, but they're massive. They're massive dogs.
Oh, I got to see this.
Oh, is it an Akita?
No.
Yeah, the Akita's pretty nasty. 5 of the most brutal prisons.
Yeah, that's the one, dude. That's the one where they make the guy goes out and down. Is that?
Well, that looks like a shepherd.
There's an outside dog they have. They have dogs outside.
Okay.
I forget what they're called.
Was this a documentary you saw?
Yeah, it's called The World's Worst Prisons. That Russian prison.
Where'd you find this for the people? Netflix?
I want to say Netflix.
Okay.
Where they have to stand and they just have to stand all day in their cell, and they're not allowed to sit from certain hours to certain hours. And whenever they leave the cell, their arms are cuffed and they're bent forward, almost like your big brother is fucking bending you over and lifting your arms, and you walk through almost like the old Groucho Marx, where you're like facing the ground and your arms are up, and they're holding you, and they have a dog with you.
They don't fuck around.
No, but they showed the outside dogs that guard the perimeter, and it's not.
I don't
think it's Akitas. I think they're bigger.
I gotta know about these dogs.
It begins with a C. Oh, we talked about this. I'm sorry, I forget the karate, whatever.
No, as he's looking for that, there's a guy that wants in on the Obama elevator incident. Go ahead, Inspector Quaalude.
Gagé.
Hey, boys, it's Inspector Quaalude.
Hi.
Hey, I absolutely agree with Jimmy. If somebody gets on that lawn, man, they need to get shot. But news yesterday came out that the guy did get a criminal background check, and he was allowed on that floor. However, what they don't understand is when the president gets on the floor, they clear everybody out, and then they have to come back through a metal thing, whatever. And they don't understand how he got back in with the gun and then got on the elevator.
Well, unless they knew he had it the whole time, like cops are allowed to be around him.
Yeah, cops are allowed. There's apparently a vetting process where you can be allowed to be around him with a firearm as long as you're cleared. However, this guy was not cleared to have a firearm around the president.
You know, it's weird when they I remember when he came to my building, I talked to a few people who were there. And the way it worked is, because it was a fundraiser, so, like, you know, he wasn't taking pictures. That was a rule. Like, only 2 people had access to him. He walked in the security entrance, and then I found this out after. And one of the lead doorman, or the lead bellman, and the lead hall guy, whatever they're called, were the only 2. You need a special pin, which says you have access to him that day. And, you know, nobody else. You couldn't walk up to him. You couldn't. No one was going to get on that fucking elevator. It was, you know, the guy stood there and greeted the president when he came in on the elevator and took him up. That was how it happened. But you have to have a pin that says you can be around him that day. So did this guy either not have a pin and get there, or he shouldn't have had a pin but did?
Well, that's why she got fired. They fucked up.
Yeah, they completely lapsed on the security around him. There's like I was saying, they're supposed to have a vetting process, and the security, you can have a gun around him if you're cleared. This guy was not cleared to have a piece around him, so I guess he didn't have a pin on him or whatever. They fucked up.
Yeah, that's a tremendous fuck up.
Unbelievable. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys.
All right, we're getting answers to some of these questions today. Anthony might have the dog you're talking about. Okay. Anthony on Long Island.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I think the dog you're talking about is a Cane Corso.
That's it.
Really?
Yeah, they are the most vicious, protective dogs I've ever seen in my life. So when you said Russia, too, because my barber's Russian, he has one.
Yeah.
They're out of control. They're, massive.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if this is the one from the show, though. No, you know what? I remember talking about these. But
you were so confident.
Yeah, I know, because I know the name, but it might have been the Akita. I don't know.
It's definitely not this one?
No, I think they were hairier. They were furrier. They were like winter dogs.
Yeah.
They look like outdoor winter dogs.
Outdoor winter dogs.
Sounds like an Akita.
Well, they should get Cane Corsos.
What's an Akita look like, sweetie?
The Cane Corso looks pretty badass.
Yeah, I've seen these. They're great, fucking massive. They're hard to control, I hear.
Extremely hard to control. You have,
That's a llama.
have to know what you're doing.
So you really shouldn't bring one home to your young family?
No, definitely not.
Unless you're really good with dogs.
With a little bow around its neck? No? And give it a little shucka.
Go back to it, Sam. You just had. I want to see what the lady. Sam had a picture of the dog.
Akita.
Is that Nikita?
Yeah.
Then I think I was incorrect. It probably were Akitas, so I'm sorry.
Wow, that looks fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, he's all barking and causing a whole thing, and the lady's holding him, and he's barking.
So do we have the name of the dog or not?
I think it's an Akita.
You think it's an Akita?
It might be the ones that guard the perimeter of this Russian jail.
All right. Let me say hi to Mark in Rochester, the home of Brother Weed.
Hey, Mark, welcome aboard.
Marky.
Good morning, boys. How you doing?
Better now that you called. Thanks. We're just talking about this dog that was barking.
I know, but unfortunately, I'm talking about the woman in the dugout last night. The best was the reaction of the cop. If you saw that, I actually DVR'd it and I slow-mo'd it back, and his reaction's hilarious. But I think she actually has Alzheimer's. I got a buddy in Pittsburgh who called, and they're talking about it down there.
But how the hell did she get in the dugout?
Did she think she was pitching?
I don't know.
They gave the signal. I'm in from the bullpen.
Right.
What, you're a woman and you're in your 80s. I'm in from the bullpen.
She had a 25 jersey on, Barry Bonds number. It might have even been Marge Shaw coming back from the dead. I'll talk to you guys later.
Wait, what'd you say? Did you hear what Mark said?
Unfortunately, I did. I've never wanted to unscrew my ears and step on them.
So basically, he doesn't know why she was there. So why would you call?
Does she have Alzheimer's? I mean, that's a plausible explanation.
She didn't come from the field. She didn't come from the stands.
She came from the bullpen. She thought she was in.
She came from the bullpen.
From middle relief. Yeah, cops just doesn't know what to do with her. It'd be great if in the background you see him clubber.
In the background?
Yeah.
Paul in Jersey. Hi, Paul.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Jimmy, I know the name. I watched that special you were talking about, and this is the name of the dog, and this is where we're going to wish you. We had Anthony here. It's called a Caucasian Shepherd.
A Caucasian Shepherd. Let's take a look at that.
Swear to God.
Are they really?
Let's look at the Caucasian Shepherd.
Let's see.
These things are beastly.
Maybe you're right.
Was
oh yeah, that does. You know what?
This is the third dog you're saying yes to.
No, That's the dog. That's the dog. That's exactly it. Because that looks like an Akita, but bigger.
And you said it's as big as a horse. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a.
I mean, it's cock. Yeah, that's a big dog.
That's a big, vicious dog. The Caucasian Shepherd.
If you go to YouTube, you'll see some videos of it. They said for the first 6 weeks it's docile, and after 6 weeks, its natural aggressiveness starts kicking in.
When they're puppies, they look like little, like fluffy teddy bears. They're adorable.
Yeah.
A bad city dog though, because he'd be dragging cigarette butts all over his hairy stomach.
They look like dirty lions when they get older, don't they?
Yes, like lions. Yes.
All fucking. I don't know. Survive. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Jimmy, I'm sorry. Just to switch a subject for a second.
Sure.
Do you realize that I wanted to go see you this weekend, but it's Yom Kippur?
Is it Yom Kippur?
Yeah, it is.
Starts Friday night.
The Jews will not be able to attend.
They can't come at all for the weekend?
Not so
I can
much.
make it out Sunday, but that's not going to be. I can't go tonight. I got to work.
Oh.
And Sunday, I'm tied up.
I didn't know it was Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur.
Yeah.
That means what? You can't do shit when the sun goes down Friday?
Starting Friday night till Saturday about 7:30.
So let me say this. All you Jews who like Jim Norton, please come tonight.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you come tonight?
Come tonight.
Come tonight.
What are you doing?
Anyway, check out some of those YouTube videos on.
I guess you're not coming tonight.
I guess not.
It's sick.
What are you doing, the pre-Yom Kippur stuff? All right, thank you.
I guess being a Jew is way more important than seeing little Jimmy Norton at the Stress Factory.
What does your fucking soul in the afterlife mean more than a few laughs?
A few laughs?
A very few laughs?
What do we know about Yom Kippur?
I know nothing about Rosh Hashanah. It's the New Year, I just realized.
All I know is the Jewish holidays, they put up all sorts of memos in my building. You can't do anything. You can't do any work. You can't bang hammers. You can't start drills. Nothing.
Wait, you can start one in your own apartment.
I guess.
They can't have workers.
They don't want any workers or any nonsense.
You can do it. You can hang up a picture. I'm hammering up a photo. That's the song I sing when I hang up a picture.
What
hammering up a photo.
What happens? You got to turn off all your electricity? Sam, you know?
I don't know if stop touching my sock.
I feel like after all these years, I should know what this holiday's about.
Dude, I don't know what Rosh Hashanah is either. Until recently I found out it was the New Year, but like for years I had no idea what that meant.
Yom Kippur is the fasting holiday, so you have to fast for 25 hours.
Why?
Oh, no. Here comes our resident.
Wait, you're Jewish. You
Yes,
can't be at the Stress Factory this weekend.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, Ken, can't make it.
Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year.
Yes.
Yeah. What year are we up to?
I don't know, in the thousands. I don't know.
Thousands, okay.
And then Yom Kippur is the Day of Atonement.
Oh, so everybody does sit-ups.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yes, I got it.
Sammy?
Don't say
I got it.
We all got it.
Yeah.
And what's Yom Kippur?
The Day of Atonement, when you atone for all your sins.
Good. Are you in here to apologize to everyone?
No.
So are you part Jewish? Whenever it's convenient, that's what you handle?
Only the good half.
Yeah, I'm non-denominational. I don't atone till I pull my bone.
What? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Was it the Black Dolphin prison?
Might have been. Yes. There's a black dolphin.
You're saying yes to everything.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
If you would have said this is the white dolphin, there's a dolphin outside of it. A dolphin statue outside the prison.
He's saying yes to everything. He said yes to 3 different dogs.
I don't put on my talus till I pull my phallus.
All right. That one's good.
Exactly. Now get out of here before I strike you with malice. All right.
It's on YouTube. Russia's toughest prisons.
Dude, it's a really
Black
good
Dolphin documentary. You liked it?
Yeah, it was great.
Fuck, I gotta watch this. Is it on YouTube?
I think so. Yeah, it was on the is that National Geographic, Nat Geo, as they call it?
I like when this stuff makes the YouTube.
You can just go to Netflix.
That's how I saw Dear Zachary in the end. I just watched it on YouTube. Yeah. People still talking about that documentary, by the way.
Hilarious.
We're waiting for Morgan Spurlock to come in, and then we'll discuss that at length.
Where's Black Dolphin? That Black Dolphin, there's a Black Dolphin outside of the goddamn jail.
Why do they call it the Black Dolphin?
I don't know.
Dolphins are nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Except for the black ones? Is that what they're saying?
Walking. Look at the way this guy's walking. Show him walking. He is hunched over. That's the funniest pickle I ever heard. And that fucking German Shepherd barking at him.
But why do they have to transport them that way?
You don't play game. They don't fuck around.
Right.
You're not going to do anything in that. That's a brutal jail environment.
What did you have to do to go to that type of prison?
I don't know. That's a big one. That's like, I think the big Russian mobsters
Jaywalking
go there.
and
Yeah. Speaking out against
traffic
Vladimir
tickets.
Putin. Buying a what's the record? A Pussy Riot record.
Buying a Pussy Riot. Roland, are we going to do
White Shepherd, Caucasian Shepherd?
We doing shit face at the movies?
No, it's your call.
I have a good bit I'd love to do.
Yeah.
Caucasian Shepherd mauls Sam socks.
Ooh.
That's not a bad idea.
While I'm wearing them or no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that would.
I'd love to see you in that little booth with a Caucasian Shepherd mauling your socks.
Just destroying my ankles.
Yeah, biting your feet, your ankles, and you're trying to take them off and give them to him. He's just biting your toes.
I keep trying to pull my socks off, but he keeps biting my hands.
Yeah, because he thinks you're trying to play, like take his socks. He doesn't get that they're on you. He's a dumb dog.
I wouldn't do that.
All right.
Roland?
He probably wouldn't let us.
Yes.
What kind of socks do you wear?
White socks and black socks.
Why black socks?
Because sometimes
they don't breathe. Black socks don't breathe.
But sometimes, like Costco will have just like black socks only, so I just buy that. And then the next time, like they have white socks, I just buy that.
He's also wearing he's wearing track pants rolled up to his knees right now.
Because it's hot in here.
It's really hot in here.
I shop at Modell's.
Hot in her.
I like the song.
Hot in her.
It's very warm in here.
Gotta go to Moe's. Fucking hate that song.
It was catchy though.
Yeah, you do remember, but it makes me not want to shop there at all.
Let's
makes me not want to go there.
It's very comfy clothes.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Bunch of shit.
People want to explain the difference between the Jewish holidays. We don't need to know.
Yeah, Kenny kind of sums
It's
it all up.
atonement, and I think you got to turn off all your electricity, and you can't like watch TV this weekend. I think.
There's something about starving yourself too.
So what do you?
This is a fasting.
Fasting.
Yeah, but what do?
You pray.
Oh, are you allowed to check out your Facebook or anything?
Well, yeah, I don't know if this one is the electricity one.
Which one is the electricity one?
I mean, I don't know.
How do we not know this after all these years?
We're Jewish.
Yeah, but just common knowledge. You would think we would know by now. Let's say.
Yeah, this isn't. This isn't the no work one.
So you can check your Facebook while you're starving.
It's no eating or drinking, no wearing leather shoes, no bathing, no.
No bathing? Someone's asshole has to smell like onions? What's the matter with them?
Well, there's also no sex and no perfumes.
Oh, yuck.
No perfumes.
Why?
So you just got to be.
Everyone just stinks.
And is Squad gonna take notice of all this?
Of course.
You
He's
smell
gonna be
good.
taking notes.
You're going to hell. You smell pleasant. That's just stupid.
I don't want to question anyone's religion.
I will. That's stupid.
No.
I'll question it right now. That's stupid.
I just want to know, is God paying attention?
Of course he
He's
is.
taking notes. What if you did everything right except you squirt a little perfume on? It was like an oops, though. In your head, you know it was an oops. Is God going to go, okay, I understand it was like a quick mistake. I'm going to let you slide on that.
You wait a year, you atone twice as hard, and then you'll be all right.
Oh, so you have to write down that you did the oops with the perfume, and then the next year you say, hey, man, now I got to talk about the perfume I did the oopsie with last year.
Yeah, you double time.
And then
the
you're good at
atonement.
that point?
Yeah, you do like 27 hours instead
But what
of
if you die
25.
between the oops?
You're fucked.
Before the next atonement?
You're totally fucked.
Now you're fucked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Eternal
But that's not
damnation.
stupid at all. No, it's really not. It makes perfect sense that this is what we should hold sacred. Don't question people's religion. That makes sense. You don't fuck for 25 hours.
The rules of religion are kind of silly.
It's utter dreck. All of them. It's not just Jews. It's Catholics.
I'm technically
Muslims.
a Catholic, and
Yeah, me
there's,
too.
there's some silly rules there as well.
nonsense.
I'm not pointing out the silly rules of the Jewish faith.
That's why it's weird when people act like Scientologists are especially crazy and just ignore the fact that every religion is equally as crazy as Scientology is.
Yeah. Well, you can't, religion is sacred. Why should it be? You choose religion. You choose to have it.
You don't really choose it.
Yeah, you do.
You're born into one, basically.
Yes, but you choose to keep
A
it.
very small percentage of people actually change their religion.
No. But I mean, as you get older, you choose to keep it. Like
Right.
as when you're 15, you can go no more. Or whatever it is.
I find that part of it ridiculous, too, that you're born into a religion. What if that's the wrong religion? Then you're fucked for eternity?
Exactly.
And how are you supposed to know that I got born into the wrong religion and I got to go find the right religion?
There is no right religion.
Just silly.
Oh, there's a right religion, all right.
That's right. Worship this. I'll tell the audience what I'm saying.
There was a great story about Tinder. sometimes I get frustrated that the guy from Texas was a little long in the tooth. Yes, although, you got to respect his opinion. And
You saying he's old?
Long
in the tooth means old.
Yeah, I know. I meant long-winded, I meant to say. Thanks for pointing it out, you son
He's
of a
an old
bitch.
guy. He rambles on.
Yeah, okay. fair enough.
Long-winded.
I get what you're saying.
Thank you. And while that was going on, I just kept looking at the phone. This guy, almost got choked out from a Tinder date, and I wanted to go to him.
By a guy or a girl?
I don't know. It was a guy, definitely on the line.
Did her boyfriend show up, or?
I don't know. I wanted to get to him, but then, good old Greg in Texas had to make his point over and over and over again.
Yeah. If you're that married to being a Republican or that married to being a Democrat, you're a fool. Anyone who's, I believe what I believe, anyone who's like that, I think, is stupid.
Both sides.
Both sides.
Good for you, Jimmy.
But you know what? I got my, you're an idiot.
Right.
It means you're not open to hearing new things. Oh, shit. Swim walk.
We got an observing Jew on the line.
What's
from
he
DC.
looking at?
What's your name, sir? Hey.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, my name is Baruch.
Hey, Baruch.
Welcome, Baruch.
Obama.
Thank you. Long time fan.
Okay, well, are you going to talk? Let us know, because Dan's an anti-Semite. He's here.
So here's first of all, Jews don't put the onus on people who aren't born Jewish to be Jewish.
What happened?
Jim was making the point that, Opie was making the point, if you're not born in the right religion,
right,
then you're screwed.
Right.
So the Jews say, if you're not born Jewish, whatever.
Yeah, but where do they put the onus, though? You got to put the onus somewhere. What, are you going to just have an onus and nowhere to put it? Boo. Boo. Sorry.
So what happened?
There's a delay when you listen on the internet. So sometimes, I call and you guys are saying one thing, and then I call and then I miss a little bit.
Well, I could.
You're talking about onus, and that someone took your onus holder.
I could solve the delay for you, Baruch.
I'm sorry again. I'm just saying.
It's all right. I'm gonna solve the delay.
There you go. Thank you, because I had another onus bomb coming.
I walked into some heavy shit. What are you guys talking about?
I don't know. We're trying to figure out the Jewish holidays there.
Yom Kippur is this weekend. I didn't know it.
Yom
I'm doing
Kippur.
Stress Factory.
And we felt like we should know the basics of some of these holidays.
Yeah.
And we're learning that, why can't he go to your show if he's not eating and not putting perfume on?
Well, can we spritz everybody when they come in?
Oh,
we hand out a little snack. I'm trying to think of those things that they serve at Burger King, like little potatoes. What are those called?
Oh, I thought you were going to do a fancier snack, like a finger cake.
Tater tot. Thank you. So everyone gets a tater tot and a spritz of cologne.
Oh, that's you have a very fancy show.
Yes, I do. You walk in, a little spritz.
A single tot?
Yep, one single tot and a little spritz.
Mr. Norton likes the crowd to smell a certain way.
That's right, and to be sated.
Go back to the basics of Yom Kippur.
Yeah.
I want to go down the list and see if that guy could actually go see Jim Norton at the Stress Factory.
That's right.
All right?
Well,
Is You Must Be Bored on there? Because believe me, my show will provide that for him.
Go with let's go. Write down.
no eating or drinking.
All right, so he could go to the Stress Factory and not order any drinks or
Unless
any food. I think Vinny will look the other way knowing he's Jewish.
Is there a 2-drink minimum?
There might be, but Vinny don't fuck with God.
That's right.
Vinny knows.
I think you get past that one. So far, this guy could go see Jim Norton.
I don't know. I hope he wears some Chuck Taylors or something, because there is no wearing of leather shoes.
All right, so the guy has to leave his leather shoes at home.
Absolutely.
So far, the guy could go.
This is easy.
With
Keep going.
clogs. I have a big Danish Jewish fan base. I do.
Keep going.
No bathing or washing.
Good. My crowd doesn't anyway.
Right.
So far, we're all right.
That's a rule I actually put in place at my shows.
This is where the spritzing is going to take effect, and you might want to change what you do, Jim, because there is no anointing oneself with perfumes
Well, you're
or
not.
lotions.
You're not anointing yourself. I'm anointing you.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, so you can spray him down with lotion all you want.
I only did that because of Yom Kippur. I know.
Can you imagine your show getting stopped down because Vinny's having to be explained that someone's Jewish? He's like, what? What? And they're like, I'm Jewish. I can't do that. What do you mean? And Jim's up there.
After the third
Pardon?
After the third what, I just change years with him. I just make it easy for everyone.
And he hears everything. He just wants you to stop talking about it. Vinny hears everything.
What has he got? 1 ear or something?
No, both his ears a little hard of hearing, but he's got stuff in there that makes it work perfectly.
One
He just
definitely
ignores
works
it.
better than the other because I definitely switch ears after a
Yeah.
while. So this guy.
Hey, Vinny, you overpaid me. Okay, get back the money. Vinny, I think you underpaid me. Huh? Pardon?
Selective, huh?
Yeah.
Keep going. This guy could go see Jim Norton.
The last one is no marital relations.
Fine. No one at my show gets laid.
So that guy was lying.
Yep.
Yeah, he's wanting an excuse
Yeah.
not to go to your
That guy's lying. He could go to the Stress Factory and see Jim Norton all weekend long.
And he's not even Jewish, I bet you.
Yeah.
Probably a Sikh.
This is not. This is not the no work. You got to stay in your house all day. You can't turn on the lights holiday.
Right.
Then the guy can't go to the
Right.
Stress Factory. All right.
Yeah, you dip some bread in some honey.
We
You
learned.
forgive your sins, and then you go.
Is that what that is? Honey bread?
Challah.
Yeah, they said challah bread.
I will, but I'm just talking about this first.
No.
I don't like Jewish food.
Oh wow, that
Challah
almost
back.
went.
What?
I
don't like Jewish food.
Oh.
What about challah?
You don't like challah bread?
It's so delicious.
No, I don't.
What is that, loud bread?
You did the holler joke.
Yeah, I did. I know. I want to do it twice. 2 holler jokes, motherfuckers. Both bad.
So cheeky.
All right, we got Tinder guy back.
Okay, cool.
We need this.
Welcome back, sir.
No, you don't want this?
I do, actually.
Okay. I'm glad he called
I
back.
have more holla jokes coming, but we'll save them for after the break. Yeah.
Chris,
good.
Chris in Allentown.
Hey, what's up, man?
So you got choked by a Tinder date?
Yeah, what happened was this girl. She was misleading. I talked to her on the
I
phone.
don't care what her name is.
What's that?
No, go ahead.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, I got to her apartment. She's about 300 pounds. She's about 5 foot tall. So I wasn't going to fuck her. I just wanted to get a blowjob. I'm going to jail in about 2 days, so I'm like, fuck it.
For what?
Assault. I'm going, yeah.
Beating up a fat girl?
Yeah, you beat a fat Tinder
Well, no,
pig.
I did assault. Yeah, I did assault her.
Oh.
I'm sitting, but that's not what I'm going to jail for. I didn't even call the cops in that instance. I'm sitting at her kitchen table, and I won't fuck her, so she's pissed off, so I'm trying to get a blowjob, and she doesn't want to suck my dick. She wants to get some, too. So we're kind of like getting on bad terms, and I could feel the tension in the air. So she's like, I got to go to the bathroom. So I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and I have my back to the, to where she went, and I never do that out of instinct. So I'm kind of like rubbing my dick and, prepped for her to suck it, and all I feel is a fucking scarf go around my neck. And she pulls tight, but thank God she didn't put her weight into it. So I just punched back, and I must have hit her square in the nose because she dropped. And I get up, and I'm like, are you fucking crazy? And I just jumped up, and I got the fuck out of there.
What's weird?
Wow.
I wonder if she's going to swipe right.
It
for
wasn't weird. It was fucking crazy.
No, but it's weird. Why would she do that? Did she think that you wanted that sexually, or is she just mad at you?
No, she was like, she was evil. Once the conversation turned from that I wasn't going to fuck her, you could tell she got real aggro. She was like a different person.
What's aggro mean?
Funny. Like
Aggravated,
aggressive.
yeah.
Aggro, aggressive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So did she call the cops or anything?
Why
She
would
called
she
the
call the
fuzz?
cops? She tried to strangle me.
Yeah, but you punched her, so she could turn around and go, look, this guy assaulted me.
Nah, I don't think so. I didn't stick around. I mean, I could have called the cops on her, but I got warrants out, so I'm like, fuck it. I just wanted to get laid before I go to jail.
Are you out of jail now?
No, I'm turning myself in tomorrow.
Oh, you start tomorrow.
Yeah, probably 2 years.
2
But I just want to get my dick wet.
Well, you will for the next 2 years.
What's that?
You will for the next 2 years. I'm sure you'll be able to find someone to pop it in their mouth in jail, right?
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not?
2 years. That sucks.
Oh, it's nothing, man. It's easy.
How many times have you been in?
Just once for a year.
For what?
Assault.
And this is your second assault?
Yeah, but it's always self-defense, and I can't afford a lawyer. Justice is for the rich.
Yeah.
So I get stuck with public defenders, and I get screwed. I either have to go to trial or plea out. So I plea out, and, I just go.
Who'd you assault or allegedly assault?
It's not alleged. I did. I'm turning myself in.
Okay.
It was a grown man.
Well, what happened?
Well, it was over a girl. Got in an argument, and it was just no weapons or anything. I used my fists.
Was it your girl or his girl?
Well, it was his girl.
What happened? We don't know your name, so.
Well, I don't give a fuck if you do, but I mean, it's turning myself in.
So what happened? Like you were arguing and
yeah,
it's just we were. I mean, it happened. It was a repeated thing. There's a girl I know for a long time, having sex with her, and she's going behind his back, and I don't know him from Adam, so I don't give a fuck. If I knew the guy, I'd feel bad about it, kind of, but
right.
I just know we have history, so he got wind of it, and he's calling my phone, and he wants to confront me. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not going to run around and hide from the guy. So I did, and I knew it was going to go to blows. I just was worried if he had a gun or not. But obviously he didn't, and yeah, that happened, and I got the better of him, and the cops came, and I have a record, so I just said, I'm plead guilty to it.
Oh, wow.
That sucks.
It's what happens, though. There was over a girl. I knew a guy, this dude Leroy I knew, and he had gotten in trouble because he was like a fucking bad dude, and this chick
White guy, right? White guy?
He was not, no. There was I know you're kidding, but no, he was not. No, I know. But there was a girl named Doris and at this bar, and this guy is just, he's hitting on her, and her fucking boyfriend came over, and I think the only place that the guy didn't cut were the fucking bottom of Leroy's feet. Shot in a couple places.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was almost shot. I hit a guy. I had a salt shaker in the sock. I hit him in the face, and he tried to shoot me. And the cops came around the corner, and he took off.
You had a salt shaker?
A glass salt shaker. This guy was about 6'2". I'm only 5'9". So I put a salt shaker in the sock, and I roped him in the fucking face with it.
Why do you carry a salt shaker?
This guy's a badass.
He is a badass. That's why I'm being as nice as possible.
Oh, you were at a diner. Okay.
I was at a diner, and the guy was coming for me. I knew he was coming for me. There was no way around it. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. And I knew the guy carries weapons. He was 6'2". He could have probably fought me one-on-one.
Should have carried pepper and made him sneeze.
I should have put pepper in.
So wait, I want to get back to the with the chick.
Why?
Because the negotiations at the table sound hilarious.
It was crazy.
Like you guys were just sitting
all
there.
Cool. She had beer at the table. We're talking. She didn't sit down. I sat down, making myself comfortable, and she's kind of like nervous. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't do it much, or maybe she had intentions from the get-go to put a scarf around my neck and choke me out.
Yeah, the bitch getting cozy.
Maybe she's some kind of serial killer.
Yeah.
And she's still out there.
Well, maybe Jim will encounter her. Who knows? When I get out, I hope you're still around. I hope you're for 2 years, dude.
Was she a great big fat person?
She was a large girl. Big through the hips. Roomy.
How much raise did you get?
I got a percentage raise. Not how much, a percentage.
You're full of shit. You got Anthony's millions, I bet.
No, believe me.
Come on, be honest. We've been listening to you for a long time.
Sir, I'm being honest.
We are being honest. We both got a raise, but we didn't get.
I didn't get Anthony's money.
Whole share.
Well, it's not his money anymore. So
I'm still, but I know, but I'm not being cute with wordplay. I did not get that amount or close to it. I am still in the neighborhood I was in. I just got a better raise than I got last time. But no, I did not get Anthony's money or anything even resembling Anthony's money.
Well, yeah, but you got a good chunk, right?
No, I just got a percentage raise.
Well, how about this?
So your communication skills are lacking. I see what happened here.
I was just going to say, I think we saw where this all going wrong.
Let me send you my address, and you could send me some money, put them on the books. How about that? Help me out, man. I went to see you in Allentown like 5 years ago.
I appreciate it. Well, I would send me your address. Yes, I know that my mail is going to be read, obviously, anything I send you. So tell me where you are. I'll put it in your commissary.
You're full of fucking shit.
Yes, I am. Not sending you money, sir. That girl tried to choke you.
With a scarf.
Exactly.
I'll get some trannies to write you from Graterford. How about that?
Fair enough.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, Chris, thank you. Good luck with the jail thing.
Fuck it. Take it easy.
All right. We'll see you on the other side.
Yeah.
Chris in Allentown.
Fucking, that was awful, though. My buddy got cut up, man.
Yeah, that's
It's not Fame.
No, he was shooting. My friend was fucking shooting dice.
There's a Leroy and the Doors and Fame.
No, you're right. But this fucking girl came in. He was shooting dice, and fucking Doris,
Nice.
she was hot, and he was, and her fucking, she was actually married, and she was the wife of a jealous man.
who's also apparently a psycho enough to come in and fucking cut someone up.
Yeah, and he was shot, and I was cutting him about 100 places.
Jesus.
Fucking shot in a couple more.
It's always guys like that, like Chris on the phone, that you're just like, oh man, you're a tough son of a bitch. But that life you live is fucking rough.
Right, yeah.
I just imagine it's like a poker table that they're having like a 6-pack of Milwaukee Beast. And he's like, I ain't gonna fuck you, but I want you to blow me. She's like, let me go get my scarf. And then he just drops this big
What do you
bitch.
think that's about? I think the guy was telling the truth.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think he was like,
Oh, I'm not doubting Chris at all. I'm saying there's.
I don't think he was leaving anything out.
I'm wondering if there was a kid in a bedroom somewhere.
I hope so.
You think she was? You think it pissed her off because she's like, yeah, okay, another guy that won't fuck me because I'm a big fat person.
Yeah.
So she finally had and said, fuck this guy.
Yeah, and she was like, I'm going to choke this motherfucker, and then I'm going to sit on his face.
Although, just listening to him talk, there must his
You think he's leaving
lack
something
of
out?
communication. He probably pissed her off.
Yeah, he probably said it in a very unsmooth way. He was like, yeah, you gonna suck me off, and then I'm gonna go.
Yeah, blow.
And she's like, this motherfucker. Yeah, you're right. It was probably like the last one. She's like, this is the last time.
I've had it with this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was crazy.
I'm
glad he called back, though. Yeah, we got Ron Perlman coming in a little bit.
So you went to Lehman College, did you? Talk about it.
So we'll talk to him in about a half hour.
There are pictures, by the way.
Huh?
There are pictures in this book.
Not many, though.
We're a couple of dum-dums.
I like a book with a lot of pictures because it takes up
too.
pages.
You like multiple chapters of it.
I'm a huge fan with all the pictures in the middle of the book, and you go from page 144 to 160. You're like, nice.
Yeah.
I just read 16 pages, motherfucker.
What about when there's two sets of pictures?
That's even better.
Yeah.
I hate the books where there's one here and there on a page.
Oh, no thank you.
Just a dumb little black and white picture that only takes up like
starts a chapter.
Inch by an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't like either.
Bullshit.
No, I like them on those because then you can see them as you're going along, and they take up a lot. Like all of a sudden, you think you have one page, and you're like, "Ooh, quarter page,
half day one."
Yeah, pictured, gobbling up lots of space."
I was trying to tell Paul Williams, I think it was a week or two ago, his book started with not the number one. I had to read 20 pages. I'm exaggerating a little bit, I guess.
Because there's a foreword?
It was all sorts of shit, and then it finally got to page one. I'm like, page one? I don't get credit for all the pages I just read.
No, it's all in Greek numbers.
Yeah, the X's and the I's and a few V's in there.
Roman numerals.
Not happy about that. But we got Ron Perlman. His book's called Easy Street. He's doing a book signing in my town, old town of Huntington. At, what's the name of that fucking bookstore? I always forget.
It's not Bookends in Ridgewood. This is
Book Review. That's right. Book Review in Huntington. He'll be there tonight at 7, signing copies of Easy Street. We're going to talk to him about that. And we got Dan Soder in. We're going to try to do Shit Face at the Movies, finally. We've been promoting this for weeks, so we're going to try to do that with Roland next. We have a Jocktober that maybe we could do after Ron Perlman. I don't know. But first, this.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal DJ Dennis Falcone. And you know, before we can appreciate what those wild guys Opie and Anthony do, we gotta give a tip of the hat to those who have paved the way. So today, let's take a journey through the history of American shock jockery. Now let's set the way back machine to 1968 for a DJ by the name of Snowy Hills. He had a young starlet named Lorraine Baines in the studio. Let's give a listen.
Good morning, Snowy Hills here on WXCF 97.3 with Lorraine Baines in studio. Lorraine, already got her hoo-haws out, don't you, dearie?
Oh, you know it.
What do you say we go ahead and stick this can of hairspray right up the old caboose-a-roo?
Go ahead and fill her up.
And a nice caboose it is. Tight fit, huh, Lorraine?
Nothing I haven't taken before.
Well, would you look at that? Hey, I got a matchbook right here. Lorraine, what do you say we give the old nozzle a toot and we make some fireworks?
Sounds like a plan.
And away we go.
Boy, that was a fun day. Unfortunately, WXCF burned to the ground, and Snowy Hills suffered from third-degree burns all over his face and body. But that didn't stop him from playing the hits until 1989, when he was found to be in possession of child pornography. Hey, the more you know, am I right? Haha, just teasing. Keep those ears to the speakers for the next time your radio pal, DJ Dennis Falcone, that's me, takes you through the history of American shock jockery.
Sirius 206, XM 103. The guys, the show, whatever it is, are back.
Dan Soder in studio.
Hey.
Are you a Giants fan?
Yeah, man. That was a big win last night.
What happened?
They beat the Pirates.
Good for them, I guess.
Yeah.
What about your Pittsburgh fans, though? You just fucked them over by saying that.
You know. Tough luck.
You got to know how to play that right, like a politician.
Good job, Pirates, for making it that far.
Right. Remember Hillary?
The Giants were just the better team.
Hillary couldn't even commit to the Yankees or the Mets.
Yeah, I remember that.
Was she a senator in New York? She was, right?
Yeah, you forget that. And then she kind of like rode the fence with the Mets and the Yankees. It's like, oh, God, these politicians.
I like both.
Yeah, they're both winners.
That's why people liked Rudy. He was a big Yankee fan. You relate to somebody who has some kind of at least a no one doesn't know what team they're. I like Chicago and New York.
I think a lot of Mets fans respected Giuliani that he actually chose something.
Yeah.
They might not like his politics. That's a whole different story. But I think they respected him in a way. Like, oh, okay, at least he's telling us who he actually likes.
Yeah.
Did you see the old lady in the dugout?
No. I've had to follow. I followed the game on my phone last night.
Must have been tough.
It was.
Damn.
I know. I caught the end at the cellar, but
very challenging.
Just getting updates like on the score.
I was doing spots last night, so I was just running around. And
so you would just refresh and see where the score was at.
Yeah, I bombed at the stand and got off, and I was like, "Oh, good, the Giants are up."
Oh, really?
How many shows did you last night?
4.
Wow,
I remember those days.
Hosted the Midnight at the Cellar.
Oh, fucking weeknight running around doing shows. Ooh, that was fun.
I miss doing that with you.
Yeah.
I used to go with Jimmy, take the ride with Jimmy.
Oh, yeah?
Just like a madman.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to just relax in one lousy comedy club. We would come in probably less than 5 minutes before he had to hit the stage.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I order a beer or something.
Better drink it quick.
And he's only doing 15, 20-minute sets. And then all of a sudden, he's like, all right, we're out of here. We got to get to the cellar in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah,
and then we go all the way to the cellar, and then we have to go back up to Dangerfield. I'm like, but we were up in that area already. Why can't you figure this out better?
It's always the best when it works out perfectly.
Yes.
Like, and that's how it had last night. I had like the strip and the stand in the cellar.
What's worse than when you go on and someone's going over their time and you're like, I fucking timed this a certain way. Get off.
Yeah, it's like a bank robbery.
You
just like, get out! I gotta get out!
You have to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know how you guys do it. I bow to that. Could you show them the video of the old lady? I just want to know why the old lady was in the dugout, and they still don't know why.
She's obviously got a Bonds jersey on. Good for her. Oh no, she's a Pirates fan.
She's a Pirates fan in the Giants dugout, and no one knows why the old lady was there.
I think she's got a Pirates Bonds jersey on though.
Last 41.
Watch the security guard
The
in
energy
this
and
clip.
the engine that makes the
Your
Giants
son's
go.
not
In the
here.
absence of Pagan, they need that.
Yeah, they definitely do need that. But the thing with Hunter Pence is he's a hard swinger like Pablo.
So annoyed at her.
That's fucking hilarious. You know what it is? It's probably one of those things where she just was like, "Is the bathroom here?"
Right.
And then no one was looking, and then she's in the fucking Giants dugout. That's exactly probably what happened.
And then the security guy is like looking like, "Can someone help me over here? What the fuck? Why is she in here?"
Guarantee he thought it was a player's mom for at least.
That's what I think Jimmy said. Yeah, but then I think he's realizing like, fuck. Wait, I fucked up my job. She's not supposed to be here. I'm the guy that's supposed to prevent this.
Yeah, with all the shit going down at the White House, this guy fucking let someone in the dugout.
Imagine if the old lady was running on the lawn and running up the White House steps.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. I love the security guard's angered face.
Yeah.
Be great if he punched her.
It just knocks her the fuck out.
And he has only himself to blame. He's probably thinking to himself, oh, fuck, they're going to fire me.
I bet he's bragging to his cop buddies. He's like, I got the easy job. I'm doing the dugout.
Right.
PNC Field.
And the old lady's showing him a piece of paper. I don't know if she's...
Is this? Where's my son?
He's like, lady, I don't know. Is he on the team? Does he play for the Giants or the Pirates?
Who are you?
Like Hunter Pence, that's what I love about baseball players. They're such psychos that if they strike out or get out, they can't even tell an old lady's in their dugout. They're just like, yeah, fuck all this.
Are you the toaster repairman? You're not my son.
Just completely batshit nuts.
You see The Exorcist 3? She's the old lady who crawls on the ceiling. You're not my son. Oh, it's great.
Never saw The Exorcist 3.
Scary, actually.
Is it?
Yes, it's a continuation of 1.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
I seen that motherfucker. I was frightened.
What movie were you referencing earlier?
I wasn't.
Leroy and Doris?
God damn it, almond is good. I'm eating motherfucking almond.
Was it a song? Do you know?
The only thing I thought of was Fame, but I haven't seen any the movies that Jim references. I wasn't born when they were on.
Yes, you are. Don't blame my being an older gentleman.
You're not gonna tell me what movie?
It's not a movie. I would never lie to you.
Song?
God damn, this almond is good.
TV show?
It's something.
How's the
Leroy Brown, no.
What's that, Sam?
How's the almond?
God damn, this almond good.
Now I'm curious. I actually thought you had a friend named Leroy.
Nope.
Is it Bad Leroy Brown?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Is
it? Jim Croce. I should have went. That's all right.
4 points.
At the end of a bar sat a girl named Doris, and ooh, that girl looked like ba 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 ba. We're done. Turn it off.
Leroy Brown.
It's over.
You know Jim Croce lyrics
by heart.
You really like Jim Croce?
Yeah. Love Jim Croce. One of the best songwriters ever.
My mom's a big Jim Croce fan.
Of course she is, because he had curly hair like her son.
She likes Bad Leroy Brown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why. That's right.
Go there.
That's right.
Ah, Sam.
Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong.
All right, we're done. What are you doing? Gonna play with them? This is a 70s channel. Deep tracks.
She's not reading the conversation.
Hey, you want to squeeze something in before Ron Perlman?
Sure, let me open my asshole. 46.
At the movies with Shitface.
Oh, to answer your question, no, I don't.
Oh, no? We've been teasing this for a month.
I don't know if there's one disappointed listener.
This is Roland's bit.
Oh, go ahead, Roland. I apologize.
That's all right.
This is Roland's bit.
Sam.
Where's Sam going?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
At the movies. At the movies with Shitface.
Hello, I am Shitface.
You're embracing it now?
Might as well.
You hated the name.
Yeah, but if I don't embrace it, they'll call me ass or dickhead, so I embrace Shitface.
Yeah, but Shitface is way worse than ass and dickhead.
Is it?
I don't know.
Shitface kind of can sound like an endearing term.
Or drunk.
Yeah.
At the movies with Shitface.
All right. There's some movie news. Netflix signed Adam Sandler to a 4-picture deal. And so Adam Sandler's going to be, his next 4 films will be exclusively on Netflix.
Wow.
Good for the Sandman.
What? Oh, the enjoyment in his face after saying that.
Roland actually wrote something.
No.
But the way he hit it, he was like, ah. He tossed it like Letterman tosses a car.
Right.
Like, ah.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed out you didn't have a stinger for him after he said that.
Am I supposed to do the stingers or E-Rock?
E-Rock didn't put him in the system, so you got to do him.
What? Can you say good for the Sandman again?
That good for the Sandman.
It's At the Movies with Shitface.
I recently saw the movie Chef, starring Jon Favreau.
Did that movie come out in June?
Well, also it's on video on demand.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be like the latest movie news.
Well,
It's on video on demand because it's the home video release.
Right.
Well, I saw Lucy with Scarlett Johansson.
No,
That
go with the
also
other
came
one
out in
first.
June.
Go with Chef first.
Chef was really good. It's about a guy who was down on his luck, opened a food truck, and became successsul. Good for you. It was good, though. It was really good.
Well, what made it good?
Like the story between him and his son.
Who wrote it?
Jon Favreau.
Oh, I didn't know if you could pronounce it.
Yeah, but Bobby Cannavale was in it. It was a really good movie, but it's a coming-of-age film.
Every film for you is a coming-of-age film.
But it's like this was more like a family. Like his son goes, Dad, can you do it? He goes, I'll do it for you, son. And he started cooking better, and
he cooks better for his
This
son.
sounds like someone's making up a movie on the spot.
Yeah, that's what.
They're like, what would be the movie about? He's like, well, his son and him. Oh.
So his
coming of age.
he made delicious Cuban sandwiches. That was his cuisine.
Now, nothing says good movie like a guy who makes great Cuban sandwiches. That's what I always look for.
And the Oscar goes to...
Yes, and did one of his workers take the apron and throw it at him?
I'm not going to work here.
I'd give you $5,000.
But why was his cooking shitty until he had some kind of conversation with his son?
Because the ressrecipe was in his heart.
No,
That's true. He under common son's tears.
Like he owned a restaurant, and a critic wrote a bad review.
Yeah.
And then he started attacking him on Twitter, Jon Favreau, and then it went viral. like the Guy Fieri thing. So
Hello 2014.
Yeah,
Guy Fieri.
At the movies with Shitface.
I saw Lucy with Scarlett Johansson.
Lucy came out in June as well.
Well, I saw it.
The human brain only operates 10%.
I did not understand the movie, but you see a lot of boobies, so go see it.
That's your review?
Well, I didn't understand it. It was like weird shit was going on.
You're reviewing a movie that was released on July 25th.
Well, because we got delayed 4 weeks.
Whose boobies do you get to see? Scarlett Johansson?
You see full titty?
No, side titty.
I'm not interested in that.
Why not?
I want to see her clit. I want to do a movie where her clit is on a black lacquer table. And we can go over there, and the whole movie is
specific.
Like you can see her fingers moving her clit like it's talking. That's what I want.
For an hour and 40 minutes?
No, 3.5 hours.
That's an art house film.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Morgan Freeman was some kind of weird villain.
Why wouldn't he be? Yeah, I'm not tired of him at all.
Yeah.
And the Dufresne, oh, shut up.
He's a villain in
same delivery.
A villain in Lucy?
Yeah, sort of. I guess. I thought he was a villain because I fell asleep through half of it.
Mr. Wayne, I'm going to make you something.
So when I woke up, I was very confused what was going on.
Yes, and Roland droned on and on.
That was when Jimmy decided he didn't like Morgan Freeman.
Exactly.
Jimmy had been angry that day.
And then
I'm the grave digger. I know because I dug the graves. Dying for you, fool. Sorry.
That's a horrible review of a movie that came out 3 months ago.
It's like my little cousin reviewed it.
Right.
He's like, there was boobies and Morgan Freeman, the black guy from Robin Hood.
I didn't get it.
We should all do this. It's time for us to ante up like men. Like men!
And then I went to see another film, Life of Crime.
Yeah.
It wasn't my cup of tea.
Why?
It was very boring.
Oh, it should have been your cup of tea.
Yeah, it was just, it's supposed to be a heist film gone wrong and just dragged on forever. So I say, a must miss.
At the movies.
And
with
a
Shitface.
current movie.
Never heard of a must miss before. Like, you must miss this movie.
Every Friday afternoon, I can think of something.
Swim walk, Dad.
Nailed that motherfucker.
And
He's so proud of himself.
And I saw a current movie that's coming out this week.
What?
My favorite one, Gone Girl with Ben Affleck.
Ooh,
Gone Girl with Ben Affleck.
It's Oscar worthy. This one is phenomenal.
What's it about?
It's where he and his wife are in the town because they're New Yorkers. They had to move to like Missouri to be with his mom that has cancer.
Oh no! God bless her.
Bless her. But then things gone awry after she dies. Like him and his wife. What?
Everything goes awry in your movie reviews.
Yeah. What about a wheat or a pita?
But there's a lot of twists and turns. I was surprised. Ben Affleck was amazing, and so was Rosamund Pike, and Carrie Coons was awesome.
Well, come on.
She was amazing in the film, but it was a really
can't
good
walk
movie.
themselves.
How does it end?
That's horrible.
I can't say it, but it's a good twist at the end. You're like, what?
Okay.
You weren't expecting the twist at the end?
No, because everybody else in theater read the book. I did not.
Okay.
Oh, it's based on a book.
Yeah.
So, all right, then people read the book by now. How does it end?
No, don't say that because I think it's got something to do with Matt Damon and the whole Good Will Hunting thing, right or wrong?
Ooh.
Where does Gilio come out? What the fuck her name was? What was that movie?
Gilly. Yeah, wait, what's it? What fuck?
Gilly.
Gilio.
Yeah, but if you want to see it, there's some screens are tonight. Then it opens wide on Friday. But it's very, very good. It's one of my favorite ones of the year so far.
Okay, cool.
Ben Affleck will win an Oscar.
Oh,
okay.
At the movies with Shitface.
That was at the movies. Oh,
Yeah.
there's more.
That's all.
No, what's right there?
Oh, just
a kill list. What was that?
Yeah, exactly. Kill, marry, fuck, and it's all like one person.
Oh no, just the new
order?
the new Matthew McConaughey movie is called Interstellar. They just released a new trailer. It looks awesome.
What makes it
Play
look
Interstellar.
awesome?
Let's find out what this Interstellar's about. I like that McConaughey. He
Yes,
is
Anthony
dishing.
McConaughey, Anne Hathaway. It's a Christopher Nolan's new film.
Oh, cool.
He plays a cool
I sent
spaceman.
Sam an email.
He
with
sure
the link.
does.
What makes the trailer so awesome?
It's about the end of the world.
No, I know. What's this called? Interstellar?
Yes.
No, this is about. I think this is about the Richard Branson thing where they're going to take manned space flights, like tourist flights, and
Virgin
he's
Air.
trying to get Virgin Air, and he's trying to get Anne Hathaway to smuggle bowling balls in her pussy.
Come on, Ann, you can do it.
Spoiler alert.
Just got to breathe out through your mouth, and I shove this bowling ball in your coos.
You know, it's funny you say that, Dan. Good point about breathing out, because I had a massage therapist ready to do the old digit in the hiney. And I'm like, I don't know. And she goes, breathe out. I was like, win. That was it. Win. Right in. Whoa.
Was that last night?
It slid in like Leonard Lawrence when he was fucking, your action is so smooth, Charlene. Yeah, no, it was not last night.
Did you hear about the massage therapist that asked Jimmy if he had a beer?
No.
That was the other day.
That is the best.
Yeah, she had
In
to
the middle of a
beer.
massage, Jimmy's naked and kind of moving his ass upwards. She goes, "Do you have a beer?"
Yeah, I'm trying to get her a flag planted in my mountain, as it were. That's a finger in the asshole reference, and I like got it.
I didn't actually think.
And
what else it could have been?
Yeah, do you got a beer? I'm like, no, I don't.
That's really funny.
Oh, that's
She's like,
terrific.
I don't know. Do you have any like cleaning vodka?
It's so funny that she asked for a beer. I've never had that happen in all my massage experiences.
It's At the Movies with Shitface.
That's you.
Here's Interstellar. Enjoy.
Hold on, before we get there, this guy has a very good question about that movie you just talked about.
Gone Girl?
Yes. Let's say hi to JP in Jersey. Go ahead.
Speak.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Morning.
Hey.
Morning.
No, I just heard a rumor that he hangs full dong, and that it's quite impressive.
You do see Ben Affleck's pee-pee in the movie.
Why the fuck wouldn't you tell us that?
Wait,
Because that's like a spoiler alert.
But there are rumors that it's not his real penis.
Of course, he's got to look like he has a giant cock.
Because is during a sex scene with Rosamund Pike, she's hot.
It's a requirement that Batman needs to have a full piece, man.
So that means he has a small piece because he's got to get the small piece into the big piece.
I don't know, man. Or maybe there's just
When you see those big penises on screen, you know that actor has a small fucking penis.
Yeah, like
How
Kevin-
else would it be? I would assume it goes in the middle of the fake one.
Yeah, I don't know, because Kevin Bacon did full dong in.
Was it a real dong?
Yeah, I think so. Because it was like you saw his whole thing.
In Hollow
Do you
Man?
see the full?
Well, you see
Ben
like on the
Affleck?
side.
They can fix
Ben
that
Affleck.
anyway, though.
Oh, okay.
Was it big, Kevin?
It was no. It wasn't like so big that you're like, oh, that's fake.
Let's see Kevin Bacon's dick.
Yeah, you're a handsome man, Mr. Garrison. You smoke this little thing. We have a good time.
But all the women went, ooh.
Yeah.
What are they gonna
I
go?
clapped.
All right, here's Kevin Bacon's dick.
I was eating popcorn.
Why is it? Oh, there it is. It's all erect and shit.
That's not Kevin Bacon.
That's his face right there, and there's a
That's
big
his
erect
face.
penis.
That's him.
All right, Kevin Bacon with a big rod. Fair
Big,
enough.
hard rod on the internet.
All right, we found it here.
All right.
Good for him.
Do you want to really see the trailer for that movie?
It looks awesome. It's Christopher Nolan's new movie.
All right. Should we just take your word for it?
Yeah.
Interstellar. How long is the trailer?
A minute.
2.5 minutes.
I'll watch 30 seconds of it, then we'll stop.
All right. Fair enough.
If it's good, we'll keep going. So far, no good. So far, no good. Not good. Boring so far. Let me describe what's happening. There's a man walking. There's a woman walking. There's something on the ground. There's a woman's hand rubbing a thing. A woman just talked.
Socially responsible.
A man is taking something out. He's talking. The woman is now talking to him. He's looking at her. He's talking. They're driving. There's a lot of smoke around. He's got a jacket on. He's out of the truck. It says Paramount, Warner Brothers, Legendary. Something else. There's things falling.
A rocket ship.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. There you go.
It's taken off.
Rocket ship taking
They're
off.
on the spacecraft. They're around the Earth.
Floating like gravity.
They're floating. They're looking at the Earth. He's touching her face. The man is looking at the man. The man is sweeping.
You're the best pilot we ever had.
Oh, of course you are.
I fucking hate that.
You're the best the agency's ever seen. Why can't it be a guy who busts up kiddie porn rings?
Yeah.
You're the best chicken hawk finder we've ever had.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done.
That looks wonderful.
Yeah, it looks really fucking good
That's going to be a must-see.
I thought my description was pretty goddamn good.
A little bit, yeah.
You got one more
You're
there?
the best descriptor we've ever seen.
Yeah, the agency's never seen one like you. You're the best we've ever had.
The way you describe things is the best we've ever seen.
Oh, you're the best damn pilot this program has ever seen.
Are you sure you want me to fly?
Ugh, so awful. And they've had something that prevents them from doing it. I had that incident.
My daughter, I can't leave my daughter.
The Biloxi incident where all those men died. Wasn't your fault, John.
You got a hold of yourself.
Exactly. You didn't know you had AIDS when you made love to those men. I killed them all. I'm not fit to fly.
The disease didn't even have a name back then.
That's right. Everyone just thought you had the sniffles for 4 years.
You're frequent. All right.
That's all right.
Yeah, that was a flat tire.
happens. It happens.
Got excited to that.
That's how we all do it.
Rolling?
The Star Wars news.
See, that's what I was waiting for, because this segment's supposed to end with Star Wars news.
Yes.
Because you're a big fanboy. Hold on.
At the movies with Shitface.
In episode 7, the battle is supposed to happen in the forest moon of Endor.
Who cares?
Also, they were shooting scenes from Tatooine and Hoth, and also the Jedi Monastery and the hideout. They're filming right now in the island of Skilda.
George Lucas fucking stinks. The casting he did, that Christian Hayden, it was terrible.
That was good casting for the time. Just didn't
George
work out.
Lucas isn't part of it.
God, that was terrible.
That one he was.
Yeah, but
That's his new one.
Oh, this is the JJ.
JJ.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
This is
JJ Evans.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who does this radio show and loves us.
No. I thought this was another Lucas one.
His name is not J.J. Evans.
Did I say J.J. Evans?
Yes, you did.
Oh, well, then you know it's going to be Dynamite. No, J.J. Abrams, I actually want to see his.
Hey, Luke, that hand broke still, right? Say, hey, get over here.
When does it come out, Roland?
Penny, why you
December
got
18th,
cigarette burns on your clit?
2015.
Because they don't know I'm Janet Jackson yet. Mama's burning my clit, Walona.
Comes out next year. Well, after
We got to wait another year? More than a year?
Yeah, well, after JJ's done Star Wars, he goes right into Star Trek.
Boy, this guy loves space, doesn't he? I wish he was in here right now and go, boy, JJ, what is it with you in space?
It's a great observation.
And then
It's Lost in Space he should be doing. I got it, roll sorry.
next Tuesday is
rolling.
the new Star Wars Kids book.
He's doing a movie called Star Trek.
Star Trek.
So what, they're going to run around in oval in space?
Yeah, exactly. What is it, a race of celebs?
Star Trek.
Trek.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Ooh, Star Trek. It's a photo of Kurt Cobain's arms.
Is that it?
Yeah, and on Tuesday they're releasing a new Star Wars Adventure Kids book where you can buy. It looks awesome. It tells the whole story of Star Wars.
Every kid on Tatooine falls asleep.
But it's going to be awesome, though. It has new color photos.
Kiss the lightsaber.
What does this have to do with movies?
What?
It's Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's called The Adventures of Luke Skywalker, The Jedi Knight.
Yeah, but Star Wars. Star Wars was a movie.
And also, I won the free book.
It's a book adaptation.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Oh, I didn't think about it.
Yes.
At the movies. With Shitface.
And Morgan Freeman is going to be a part of this new one. And Luke found out he was his father.
That was the longest Luke had ever thought about his father.
Thank you, Ro. All right. Where's Ron Perlman?
I want to go see Gone Girl now. No one.
You want to see the piece?
Dong.
Yeah, after
you want to see the piece?
Isn't that hot girl from the Blurred Lines video in that movie?
Is she?
Yeah, I think she's like I think she plays like Ben Affleck's side piece.
Does she actually act, or does she just kind of look?
I don't give a shit. Who cares?
Good point.
That's right, as long as she shows that fucking cooch.
I like your pussy-only policy.
I like that, too. Fucking, I want Scarlett Johansson to drop that clit on a black lacquer table. That's the type of nudity I want.
I like that you talk through your teeth when you do it. Yeah.
I want her to open that. I want her to open her fucking pussy lips like a goddamn curtain.
Oh, wow.
He's 2 minutes behind.
10 minutes behind. Stuck in traffic.
10 minutes behind.
Oh, boy.
We can break, I guess. We got more teachers having sex with kids.
Girls or guys?
Girls.
Yes. How old?
The one girl looks about, I'd give her an 8.5. The other one's
How old are the teachers?
5. Louisiana teachers charged with inappropriate sexual contact for having three-way with student.
But 2 teachers and a student?
2 teachers and a student. We haven't seen this scenario in a while.
Is it like 2 guys and a girl?
God bless this kid.
Or it's a guy and 2 female
Let's
teachers?
find out. 2 teachers at the same Louisiana high school have been arrested and charged with felonies over an alleged three-way sexual encounter with a 16-year-old student.
Son of a bitch.
Rachel, 24, surrendered Wednesday. Fellow English teacher Shelley, 34, was charged Tuesday.
A fucking male student, fucked 2 teachers together?
I'm trying to find out. Police began investigating the case Friday based on reports the male student.
Fucking yeah.
God
oh, wow.
damn.
Every guy's fantasy growing
That's
up.
the equivalent.
Oh, shit. The one on the left.
That's what I said. She's a solid 8, 8.5. The other one's about
the one on the right was just doing all the nasty shit.
Licking the
she was just on
bunghole.
she was just blowing it.
She was
putting
on
it back in.
bunghole detail.
He was making love to the one on the left while the one on the right worshipped his feet and fingered his asshole with her arms stuck straight out.
Okay, yeah.
I hope so.
That's the Jim Norton take?
Absolutely. But God, how do you pull off 2 hot teachers?
Know how he got caught?
It's his fucking dumb mom,
He
isn't it?
screamed it into a megaphone. I fucked those 2. I fucked those 2.
Excuse me, class of 2015. I fucked these 2 teachers.
You're not wrong.
I fucked @mention and then @mention tweet.
We don't like when the friend always tells.
This motherfucker.
No, that didn't happen. That's when we get fucking pissed off.
It's
like
his dumb
like the
mom,
guy's
isn't it?
cool. He's having sex with his hot female teacher. Then he tells his friend, and then that friend has to go and tell his parents. You hear what you mean?
I don't want to get in trouble for this, but I think Roger's having sex with the teachers.
So
fuck.
And I'm glad we talk about this openly because I'm telling you, this was our fantasy growing up.
Absolutely, to be a teacher. Oh.
Police began investigating the case Friday based on reports the male student, this is how he got caught, was bragging.
Yeah,
That's the way you get caught.
I don't mind that.
Was bragging about his sexual relations with both women during an encounter in early September. He was bragging. He wasn't fucked up by this. I know you still got to arrest the teachers and all that. I get all that.
Yeah, you do.
You kind of have to. You can't have the teachers fucking the students.
God, I mean,
I get it.
there's 2 of
but
them.
I'm not sitting here thinking that this kid was mentally damaged by it.
You know what's funny? That kid in his head, he's kind of like, yeah, fuck, I don't care. You guys get arrested. I got that jerk-off memory for the rest of my life.
How does this happen, though? Like, they're both cute.
I don't know. I need more. Just the rest is just.
This guy's going to suck as an adult, too.
Lawyer Jeffrey Smith said that if the tryst had taken place 4 days later when the teen turned 17, there would have been no case.
Wow. Waited 4 days. You know how good your dick has to be for 2 teachers to go, I can't wait 4 days, nor can I.
Yeah, it's like Tuesday. I can't wait till Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. I got to suck his cock today.
Shelly, get over here.
That's right.
You got to see this young dick.
Why wait till Wednesday? He's pumping me right now. God bless this guy.
We're in the social studies room. Get in here.
He couldn't keep his mouth shut, though. He was bragging.
Of course he couldn't.
Yeah. I'm going to brag for him.
Yeah, I'm going to start telling people on the train.
Can we see how the news reports this? Because I bet you they report it a little differently than we're.
I can't. They're fake.
I gotta hear this.
Fucking pause.
Yes.
Car ad, Sam.
How long is the goddamn car ad?
If you're fucking 2 teachers, make sure you're doing it in the back of a Ford.
Yeah, that's right. Your cock needs to be Ford tough.
If you're putting your dick in some teacher's asshole, make sure you're doing it with a Hemi in the engine.
Do it in a Chevy, because Chevy's built to last. You don't want to finish quick.
If you can't keep a secret about fucking your 2 teachers, do it in a Chevy. Oh, here it is.
32-year-old Shelley Dufresne and 24-year-old Rachel Respis, 2 Destrehan High English teachers, are now facing felony charges out of Jefferson Parish. Kenner Police Chief Michael Glazer now saying the 2 met with a Destrehan High student after a football game on September 12th and then drove to Respis's Kenner apartment where the 3 had sex simultaneously that lasted until the early morning hours.
Oh, I don't like that he's got stamina.
Educator. That's, I guess, the responsibility is the safety and education of children. And when it goes outside,
You're
those
thinking this
lines,
guy's
I do
head.
believe
He's like,
the
holy
community-
course, this is the hottest thing I've ever
The
heard. Am I going to
student,
make
who authorities
He
say
jerked
is a
off to it before he
junior
had the
at
press
Destrehan
conference.
High is now 17, but was 16 when the alleged relationships began. Former students telling us the three had been hot and heavy for some time, meeting for sex multiple times, and documenting some of their encounters on video.
Well, let's get those
That's
things up.
An English teacher of the victim last school year. So she did have some type of contact and knew him. Shelley Dufresne is his current teacher.
She's related to Andy.
She's Andy's wife ever since she went to jail.
Shelley Dufresne requested a poster and hung it on a wall with Rita Hayworth.
According to Dufresne's Destrehan High profile, she's an LSU and Destrehan High alum. Graduating from DHS in 2000.
I love her.
She was currently starting her 10th year as a teacher and reveals she's married with 3 young children. She's the daughter of St. Charles Parish Judge Emile St. Pierre.
I believe this case.
Profile shows she was starting her
Fucking
second year at
Louisiana.
DHS and is also an LSU and Destrehan High alum, graduating from high school in 2008. Chief Glazer saying it's an unfortunate incident, but not surprising.
Getting caught, yes.
Me anymore, really.
Anymore.
But I do believe
These teachers in Louisiana love fucking their students. It's part of the curriculum.
Yes, and that sound you just heard was this lady's husband shooting himself.
Oh, man, can you imagine that? Honey, I'm cheating on you. With who? A 16-year-old boy and another
With
student.
a lot of stamina.
Yeah. This guy fucks me till the early morning.
Yeah.
You can't even make it to 10:05.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck.
We got a guy from the area. That's the beauty of this radio show. We're heard in a bunch of places. Alan, this is in your area?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Alan Dulles, who was appointed by General White.
Well, just throwing this out there. Word on the street is that the boy has a clip on his iPhone of, like on a porn when the chicks are sticking their tongues out and giving a double blowjob.
Yeah.
Smacking both the chicks in the face with his cock.
Why would they?
That's what he got in trouble for showing his friends. Is kind of the word on the street that's what the evidence, video evidence is of this chicks getting drummed in his face. In their face.
This guy's a prodigy, man.
Why the fuck do you
got to send him right up to the majors?
That's just what's the word on the street. And one of those chicks, her dad's a longtime judge in the area.
That might help her, though.
I think that is best, boys.
It says here that you have a video of my little girl playing circus seal with your penis. Would you care to...
Yeah. Hey, but guys, y'all rock, man. I appreciate it. I'll hang up and listen to you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for some.
Holy fuck.
Why do they
I
let
wonder if
him
that's
tape,
true.
though? Why do they let him tape?
Because they're probably into it.
They're all they're
all porned out.
Yeah,
They're like,
exactly. They're frothing.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's got to be the fucking worst to be the judge or the husband.
Why do you confess it? Why do you... Oh, fuck. You should have just said, no, it's not true.
Why didn't he keep it going? Keep a good thing going.
It's hard not to brag. When you're having threesomes repeatedly with two teachers...
You're smacking your teachers in the face with your dick.
If I was being raped by 2 male teachers, I would have bragged about it.
Here's me presenting.
Yeah. Look, here's me crying with my face in the gym mat while they take turns on my asshole. I would have had to brag about that. It would have been something cool.
Yeah. Oh, man, that fucking judge has got to be furious. I send you to Louisiana State, and this is how you repay me? By sucking off a young stallion?
Yeah, instead of me.
Yeah. You're my daughter. You know we like to play dick drumstick.
I want to be on a fucking case like that, though, where you get to see the tape. I'll just keep asking to watch it.
Jimmy's in the jury box just rubbing over his jeans.
Hey, can I see that again?
Jimmy's touching.
Yeah, where she's like slapping our face.
You wouldn't mind jury duty at that point, huh?
No, I'll be completely
You'd be showing up
unbiased.
nice and early.
I creep everybody out.
Taking notes.
With a spring in your step. I am here to serve, Your Honor.
I don't know. I think I need to hear more about what positions they encountered.
Right.
The victim, what positions the victim was in.
Let me see that.
They're in the jury room and they keep going back to the judge with questions after questions after questions.
Says there on paper that one of you was reverse cowgirling while the other one stood with her pussy in his face. Could you demonstrate that to us here in the courtroom?
They would use official language like genitalia. You would stimulate your genitalia.
Says here you were aroused, your genitalia was aroused, and you were hitting your teachers in the face.
You were wearing his athletic supporter over your nose like a breathing apparatus. Is that true?
And you said you were the bane of pussy. That's this fucking lucky asshole. He blew it.
Yeah,
but you blew it.
And nothing happens to the kid, right?
Believe me, he's like De Niro right now.
Taking high fives walking down the hallway.
He's punching a wall going, dummy, 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 dummy.
I bet you he gets a trip to Disneyland.
Oh, dude, who
from
would've?
dear old Pop.
No, yeah, well, yeah. If he's not killed by the husband or the fucking judge.
No, the husband ain't going after the student. That's just too embarrassing. And the husband knows any student would fuck their teach.
Jeez, yeah.
I tried it.
Even the student, even the husband's like, I mean, yeah, why would
How do you not?
Yeah.
We should break so we could get Ron Perlman in here. He should be,
We're stuck in traffic, and I say that with air quotes.
He's coming by any minute. Jim Norton will be at the Stress Factory starting tonight. You buy some merch, you get a free shirt.
Yeah.
Some of his old shirts he's giving away tonight if you buy some merch. So keep that in mind. So put a little pocket money in your front pocket there.
Yep, a little pocket money for the old kid.
For the cause.
You get it with a purchase of merchandise. You get a free old shirt from the kid.
Let's quickly break before...
Is he here?
I don't think so, but... Dan, what do you got?
Nothing.
Cool.
Hey, this is Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine with another Dr. Steve Medical Minute.
Hey, Dr. Steve, why do they give so many warnings on priapism? Sounds like a good time.
Well, you've heard the disclaimers. Contact your physician if you have an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Sounds like fun, so what's the problem? Well, priapism is the medical term for a prolonged erection of the penis. This isn't caused by sexual stimulation or arousal, and it's usually very painful. Because erections occur due to stimulation of nerves that cause increased blood flow to the penis, any part of the process can cause problems. Priapism can be caused by blood disorders that prevent blood from flowing out of the member, like sickle cell anemia or leukemia. Prescription drugs can cause it, as well as street drugs, alcohol, or trauma to the pelvis. Even black widow spider venom can cause it, though explaining that one might be interesting in the emergency room. Speaking of the ER, priapism caused by reduced outflow is a medical emergency that can be treated with drainage of the blood with a needle, injection of medication with a needle, or surgery with a scalpel. If you have an erection that won't go away, get seen immediately. Failure to treat this condition can result in erectile dysfunction or disfigurement of your penis and your self-esteem. Be sure to check out Weird Medicine Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern. Fluid.
Welcome back to the show. Prepare to laugh, then complain on the internet.
Dan Soder, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm a little frustrated with that 16-year-old kid.
That's an amazing story. I know it's not supposed to be an amazing story.
Yeah,
I understand the other side of it. And I'm a parent. I'm wondering, my 6-year-old son, how I actually would feel. But I'm not there yet. I just remember my memories. And I remember we were a bunch of fucking nerds that weren't getting our dicks wet. And we would sit around a cafeteria and just fucking have fantasies about every hot girl in the school and all the hot teachers, the hot female teachers.
Yeah. And then
so I get it from that perspective.
I don't know, man. I don't think his life will ever be better than that. I think that was the peak.
That might be the problem. You're right.
I think
that's a high bar.
You don't come. I mean, he would have to front a major rock group now,
right,
for him to fucking even come close.
That's a good angle.
Because it's like, remember all the guys, most of the people that did really well in high school, that was it for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it's all just
They burned out early.
Yeah, and then like the people that kind of maybe rode in the middle or a little bit behind.
You're talking about like the Opster.
Okay, yeah, and I had a very large. I still have a large head, but I looked like a bobblehead in high school.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I was just smoking pot and kind of an asshole.
I was a late bloomer. I didn't get much in high school.
Yeah, me neither.
I got some action on the 10th graders when I was a senior. I finally broke in. I finally broke in.
That's the combination, though. Senior,
my maturity
sophomore.
level was a 10th grader when I was a senior, so it was perfect. And then I did all right after that in college and stuff. But before that, nothing, man.
College took me a couple of years.
Really?
I just started working in radio, hanging out with radio people, and then I started getting laid.
A lot of us got into radio because of the chicks and the free records.
Oh man!
Although you're younger, so the free CDs for you.
Yeah, free compact discs.
There was still records to be had.
Yeah. But that 16-year-old, he's not going to go anywhere from this.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it was hard to top that.
Yeah.
Fucking the two teachers.
Especially them just sitting there, letting him smack it, him in the face with his dick.
How do you learn that move at 16? Well, the internet.
Maybe they did it.
Forget it. I answered my own question. We didn't see any of that crazy shit when we were growing up.
No, when I was like 12, like 11 or 12, I remember watching my first like real porn, and I was like, oh my God.
Right. They do that?
Now by the time kids are 12, they're like grizzled porn producers.
Yeah.
They're like, what's her name? Bambi? She does everything. Ass to mouth. I can't get off unless I see ass to mouth.
They call it
11.
ATM.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good
They
ATM.
just know it.
They know it.
They're like, I like a nice DP. You're 10 years old.
Exactly. How do you know how great that feels at that
age? Yeah, you should know her. Though. Oh, my
Should we
God.
blow off Ron Perlman?
No, he's here.
Yeah, he's late, though.
Yeah, what happens? Traffic.
Yeah.
He's here.
Let's blow him off.
When he comes in, I'm going to go, Ronnie!
Let's awkwardly blow him off.
You
As
should
well.
stand up for a hug.
All right.
And just be like, hey!
Should I stand for a hug?
Yeah, you absolutely should.
You're going to stand for a hug?
Just when he walks in like an old friend.
Ronnie!
This way you're going to be like, who the hell are you?
Please do that.
Yeah, well, of course.
Really fast, our pal Bill Burr, we're very happy for him. It came out yesterday that he's going to star in an FX pilot from the Always Sunny in Philly stars. That's fucking huge for Mr. Burr.
Yeah, those are guys you want producing something you're doing. I don't know if they're in it or if they're just producing it, but it's actually a really great concept of a guy who's a writer who gets thrown, either he quits or he gets thrown out of the show business, and then he has to like try to do something and he's not skilled at anything else.
Right.
And it's fucking what a combination. Bill Burr and the Always Sunny guys. Yeah. That's almost like a fantasy. If you're like, all right, what show would you want? You're like, oh, perfect.
Yeah.
On FX, where you know they're going to take risks and not be fucking networky.
Yeah, FX is the smartest network. They really are.
And Always Sunny in Philly. That show was amazing.
One of my favorite shows.
Holy fuck.
And they do dark shit.
Real
That's
dark
what I really
shit.
like.
Real dark shit.
Is he here?
He's here.
My shirt smells.
What does it smell like?
It smells like mold, even though I wash it every day. I work out in it every day.
Why?
You work out in it every day?
I wash it every day.
You work out in an Ozzy shirt?
Congratulations on the book.
I gotta say, I haven't seen you since what? Hellboy 1?
Yeah, what are we talking here? Where you been? Don't be a stranger. Ronnie! Yeah, talk to me, Ron. I'm going to say that too. Talk to me.
Are you really?
Yeah, Ron, talk to me.
Here comes rolling. There he is. Ready?
All right, let me know when he walks in.
All right.
He's coming.
I'll get him.
You really going to try to hug him?
I love it. Yeah, why wouldn't he love it?
Here he goes. Ron Perlman. Get over here. Ronnie. He just hugged Ron Perlman. Hey, Ron, how are you?
Video me.
Pleasure.
I should do something more interesting.
Yeah, all right. All right. Sit down. Let's do this.
Sit the fuck down.
Sit the fuck down.
There you go, yes.
Anything I want?
Yes.
Anything you want, sir. You were,
oh, yeah.
You've been on our show before. You were great. We
remember back that far.
No, I'm sorry, you don't. We enjoyed it.
Yes.
I remember enjoying it.
You do? All right, good.
So
is that Jeff Goldblum?
What?
Not Sam.
That's Sam.
On TV.
Same time. Yeah.
That is Jeff Goldblum in a commercial. It's a GE ad that he's just starring in.
Oh, I see.
We had him.
Everybody's got to make a living.
Odd guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an odd guy.
But I like that he's an odd guy.
Is he fun odd or
he is fun odd? He was really strange.
He was fun
in
odd
here.
with you. He was just the opposite.
No, really?
Where did you work with him?
I just met him a bunch of times. Never worked with him.
How was he odd with you?
Just like, hi, Jeff. What do you mean? Just Jeff. Life is too fucking short.
Was he joking? Or was
Hi, how? Hi, how are you doing?
I think he was like confused.
Yeah, that's him. No, I think
do we know each other? Jesus fucking Christ. I'm saying hello, for Christ's sake.
Just an odd guy.
That's exactly him.
He's a movie buff. Like, he's a guy who connects, like, you know that 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon game people play?
Yeah.
Like, he's a master at that. Like, that's what his thing is he likes to play that game. He's just an odd guy.
You remember that?
Yeah.
He's very odd.
Yeah.
He knows a lot about movies.
You know what? Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him is right. I'd love to.
It's all about Ron
Let him get his
Perlman
own
today.
goddamn book.
Absolutely.
Let him write his own goddamn book.
This is obviously your autobiography.
Well, I call it a memoir. You can call it whatever you like. I just I just can't believe it. It's like I'm looking at a book with my name on it. So
Why did you decide to write a book, Ron?
Are we on the air?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! What do you think we're doing?
Yeah.
Oh well, wait a minute. let me start again. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, Ron. How are you? Ronnie!
Hey, good to be here.
Joe, buddy, Jimmy.
Know how many guys ask
we
if we're on the
discuss-
air? I don't know if that's good or bad for us.
Was that whole?
Yeah, it's good.
Was
You
that
think it's
whole,
good?
Was that whole conversation about Jeff on the air?
Of course, yes.
It
Really?
was.
Oh, sorry, Jeff.
Don't be.
And I apologize to Jeff's family and friends.
You don't owe him an apology.
No, he's an odd guy.
You didn't bash him. You just said he was odd, and he certainly would admit that.
And I think he would agree to that.
Yeah, he's
yes.
Professionally odd.
So,
but
Ron,
anyway.
a book. You got a book out.
I got a book
Why would you
out.
write a book?
I had a free weekend, you know. I didn't have, there was no football, nothing, you know. So, no, I just somebody asked, and I said, yeah, you know, I'm an angry Jew. I got a lot of shit on my mind. I want to get out, and so there it is.
Are you religious with the holidays here, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur? Is it, are you,
No,
okay.
I'm a fallen. I don't know how to put this. I'm an agnostic.
Were you bar mitzvahed?
I was bar mitzvahed. I had, a beautiful grandma who escaped Poland right before the shit really started hitting the fan. Lost a whole lot of family in the insanity. And then when she got to America, she got incredibly religious. So in her honor, all the kids went through, some of us went through the paces like me. You know, it's just like my dad said, hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
You know, because she's such a great lady. And then you're welcome to go any route you want after that.
So you didn't have like
And
the
so
normal.
I sure did.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I went every route I
When did you
wanted.
tap out?
13 in one day.
I don't know. I don't know. It's I just there's a lot of discussion in the book about the what I consider to be true spiritualism as opposed to dogmatic. Where you go to a place and you go through a ritual. I know an awful lot of people, and I think probably what happened was when I was a kid growing up, I saw an awful lot of people who claim to be very pious and, follow the tenets of religion. And they were just racists and, bigots and elitists. And, there was all this hypocrisy. And I'm going, well, it doesn't, by just claiming you're religious doesn't mean you're truly all the things you're supposed to be when you're spiritual, which is, humble, love thy neighbor, all that stuff, all those fundamental, what is it called? The
Fundamental principles?
The Book of Virtues.
Shit. I never get it right when I'm trying
We're going to go to the bonus round now. And thank you for playing the home game.
Damn it, I was in the right ballpark, but just virtues.
You weren't even in the right.
I am right, I know, but I wanted to feel like I was close.
I don't know. I'm not supposed to be this fucking serious, am I?
No, wait, where'd you grow up?
This is non-serious.
No,
radio.
One question about that. What do you think happens to you when you die?
I don't have any clue. All I know is it's a pretty good idea to keep the karma good while you're here. Mm-hmm. And then if there's some sort of afterlife, if there's some sort of reward, which I'm open to, by the way.
We all are.
Yeah.
I got a good feeling that, if you keep your nose clean and you don't screw anybody over and you just are, somebody who, cares about people and the planet and all the stuff you're supposed to care about, then everything's going to work out. If it doesn't, I'll see you in hell.
Where'd you grow up?
Washington Heights.
Oh, what, you are New York? Okay, cool. Because you were saying like being around all these people in big. I don't know why I'm like, yeah, he sounds like a New York guy.
Well, and Washington Heights is an amazingly eclectic neighborhood. I actually go into that in the book about how predominantly a lot of Holocaust survivors moved to Washington Heights for some strange reason. but it was the first neighborhood where you could really feel this huge Puerto Rican influx coming in, the huge Irish, Italian. So it was really representative of what makes America so unique and so great is that it's this melting pot. And if you don't get along, or if you don't it's kind of jarring. I mean, you stand out. If you're a guy who's like, yeah, well, fuck all that. Fuck him. Yeah, he doesn't look like me, If you're that guy, then, it kind of stands out in New York because this is the place where I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about how bigotry stands out here because we kind of all mix together.
Right.
If you can't
see how I was in the right ballpark there.
If you come to New York and you're not willing to be the guy that sees the level playing field,
a little more understanding,
you're gonna stand out here.
Right. Yeah, this is not in the middle of Montana where you can start a militia.
Well, you can start a militia here. In fact, there's a chapter in there about
you start off. That'd be fucking hilarious.
There's no militia chapter.
I started one upstate. I'm like, Jesus, Ron Perlman's nuts.
That's right. They're called Jews retaking Washington.
We're gonna take it back from the Puerto Ricans.
There's four of us.
I'm going to the high ground.
Hey, have you gone back to the old neighborhood? Did you ever go back when you're in New York?
My mom still lives up there. And
okay.
So when I'm in New York, I'm up there every day. And I have a place here. I've never stopped having a place in New York, so I'm here a lot.
You set your mom up nice up there, where she's like old school, like I just like what I have already.
That's it. She's right. She rejects the idea of going anywhere else. I think professional New Yorkers really only know how to live here. The notion of upping and moving someplace else is just not even part of the conversation. And she wants to be in her spot that she's lived in all these years, and she's really comfortable. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't set it up, but I'm certainly making sure that she gets what she wants.
You're paying the cable bill now.
She's 93 years old.
Wow.
No, I don't even pay the goddamn.
That's right. She still got a job.
In fact, the reason why I went to the University of Minnesota in the first place is because I owed $7,700 worth of parking tickets from going to school in the Bronx.
That's hilarious.
So I figured, I saw a brochure for the University of Minnesota, and I said, the cops will never fucking look for me there.
Right.
So I went on the lam, and they found my mom, and she paid them the $7,700. The reason I'm telling you this story is because I'll have her paid off a week from now, and she's really happy about that. She charged me interest, but it's fair.
How is her block? Like sometimes in the neighborhood,
is 28% too much?
No, that's actually 1980. That's actually pretty good.
Good.
Is her? How's her block? Is it kind of stayed the same, or has it gotten really rough? And her building is still holding up, or
She lives in a really, really cool neighborhood in Washington Heights, right on the river, basically. And it's a neighborhood that stayed beautiful and even got more beautiful because now with this new influx of young families that need space in New York but can't afford Lower Manhattan, Washington Heights has become so gentrified and so youthful, and so it's like turned over, it's like whatever that's called in gardening when you turn over.
Till the land.
Yes, it's been tilled.
It's been tilled.
Also, Harlem, a lot of places uptown.
I'm glad we talked.
Yes. I really fucked up on the first one, but I was helpful on the next two.
Yes, you were.
You're paying up.
You're coming back. You're coming back.
Yeah. One for three is not bad. So, what made you say I want to write a book? Like, all right, I did Sons of Anarchy, I've got all this great stuff, or like, what made you want to do it?
Actually, probably the most biggest motivator was I have kids, and the kids are now getting out of school and figuring out what they want to do. And, lo and behold, they want to go into a life in the arts, not unsimilar to what I wanted to do. And it occurred to me that I should have something useful to say to them. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized, holy shit, the world that they're coming into now is so unrecognizably different from all of the factors that were at play when I was coming out of school and thinking about throwing down, that I think the only way I can kind of grapple with the notion of what do you do if you're a young artist in 2014 as opposed to a young artist in 1965, what do you do? And I didn't have the answer to that, so the only thing that I could think to do was to chronicle my life and say this is what it looked like when everything was mom and pop Every single movie studio was owned by individuals rather than corporations. Every single television studio was owned by individuals. And now all of our culture, not unlike all the other aspects of American life, are basically come down to line items on corporate ledger sheets where the only thing that's important are profits. So pride of ownership has kind of taken a back seat to other factors. And even though we see it, every time they break in and give you the unemployment numbers for at the end of every month, or the state of the economy, we see the shrinking of our middle class. It also occurs on a parallel level in the culture where the stuff that's in the middle has been obliterated. So you're either seeing $200 million comic book movies or movies that guys shoot, on their iPhones for $400. And the middle class of everything has been attacked. And I kind of take that personally because it's the nuances that I feel, is where the American culture shines in its brightest. And it's the middle of everything. It's not the blackest and the whitest. It's all that stuff that's beautiful in the middle. That's neither black nor white. It's a complex conflagration of forces. And so that's what I'm grappling with in the book. And basically I use myself and my journey. I tell a lot of stories about movie sets I've been on, guys I worked with. So I try to make it as entertaining as possible. Stories about Sean Connery and Sinatra and Sammy Davis and Pacino and all this stuff.
You hung out with Sinatra?
I got to hang out a little bit with Frank. I mostly hung out with Sammy, so I got to meet Frank more peripherally.
What project was that?
Nothing. Yeah, I just met Sammy Davis at the Golden Globes one year. I was presenting, and he was backstage getting ready to do something. And he started this conversation with me, gave me his phone number. We became pals from that moment till the moment he passed. And so he kept inviting me to things that Frank was involved in. I started playing in Sinatra's charity golf tournament and started meeting Frank and getting to know Frank a little bit. It's all in there. But, it's coming from where I came from, having the background music of my childhood be Sinatra, and then finally getting a chance to look in his eyes and go, oh, hey, oh, hey, how you doing?
I want to back up a second. The whole middle class thing, how do we turn that around?
I don't.
You think we ever turn it around?
I think the first thing you have to do is you have to. What I notice about all movements, in the ebbs and flows of the American kind of, evolution, you can't begin to address something until you make it a part of the conversation. And I think what's happening now is because we're really having it thrown in our face, like this bank debacle of like 7 years ago that leveled so many people and just obliterated so many people's life savings. And a bunch of guys walked away from it richer than ever, not going to jail, not answering for how reckless they were with the world economy. That opened a lot of people's eyes, and a conversation began to take place. Am I smart enough to know where it all falls and what the answers are? Absolutely not. I'm just happy that there's a conversation about it, because there's a lot of smart people who are trying to answer the question you just asked, and I'm one of them. I'm just trying to say, okay, well, this is what I saw. This is how good it was. This is what we got rid of. We threw the baby out with the bathwater, and we were so enthusiastic about change and about technology that we gave up so much of the good shit in the quest for all that. And I think what you really want to do is you just want to go back and start realizing what we've sacrificed in the name of progress, in the name of profit.
When you said being a young artist and how these things were so different, who were guys that you kind of idolized coming up in the 60s? Who were the actors you looked at and like, that's the guy I want to be?
Oh shit! I mean, when I was born, Bogey was still working.
Wow.
Cagney was still working. Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster were in their prime. Clark Gable was still alive making movies. Spencer Tracy. So I kind of bridged the gap of the golden era of cinema, which started in the 30s and 40s, and then I caught the tail end of that. I caught the beginning of this new movement that Brando and James Dean and Monty Clift started. They were giants. So, and then, of course, there's a huge chapter in the book about my first kind of political awakenings coming because John Kennedy was so charismatic and so glamorous. The whole Kennedy family was so glamorous that even though I was 10 years old, I knew that this was almost like watching a movie. Was watching my own American government. Then he gets assassinated in 1963, and boom, all of a sudden everybody's wearing bell bottoms and dropping acid and, go and give peace a chance. And then there's the emergence of Dylan and the Stones and the Beatles and this explosion of reaction to the loss of innocence. What happens when you got a guy that's inspiring so much hope as Kennedy, and he's cut down in his tracks before he even has a chance to truly make a mark. So witnessing all that, there's a chapter early in the book that it's like 3 pages, single space of just names of guys that were walking the earth while my aesthetic was being formed. And the big question is, who do my kids have to look to? No. And I can't think of a half a dozen names of people who on an inspirational level, you want to kind of model yourself after. I just can't.
What was, you said Brando was one of those guys. What was he like to work with?
He was fun, man.
He was. Okay, you always hear mixed reviews about. Yeah. People always like him, but they always say he's a little.
You talk about odd. I mean,
yeah.
But he was odd in a very kind of positive way. He, at the end of the day, he had a facade that he built around himself because he had to be so wary of who wanted what from him. And so he had kind of a series of tests. You had to climb this wall in order to get to the real Marlon. But once you got to the real Marlon, this was a dude that fucking loved to laugh, loved to have a good time. I mean, he had all these fart cushions, he traveled with. I mean, he was like a 14-year-old kid. He had
Gallagher.
Yeah,
Smash your watermelon and crest services.
Once you made the dude laugh, I mean, you're in. And once you stopped, dealing with him like he was a deity, which most people just can't get past, and you just started dealing with him as Uncle Marlon, he adored you, and he became the warmest, most I'm your Uncle Marlon, and we're gonna have a great time. And
so, how'd you make him laugh?
I don't remember the first one, but it was. I said he sneezed, and I said Gesundheit, and he goes. I said no. I said God bless you. He goes.
You know the origin of when somebody says God bless you?
I said no, Marlon. I don't. He goes.
Well, during the plague, you heard of the Black Plague.
I go, yeah, I think I read about it in the Post.
Yeah, so when you sneeze, the priest would bless you because you were going to die.
I said, well, you know what then, Marlon? Next time you sneeze, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself. So he goes, and he laughed, and everything started to get good from that.
Do you think it was because you treated him like a human and not like this deity?
And it took me a while, by the way, to evolve to that. I mean, it took a few. There was the first few days I was like in awe.
Yeah,
and it's highly chronicled in the book. Because he put me through my paces.
What was the first test? Can we ask that? Like when you first meet him, what's that first test that you said? That first thing.
My first test with him had to do with what I was being asked to say as my character in the movie, and he pleaded with the director to have me removed from the set, and the director refused, and then he said, well, then ask him to say his lines so quietly so that I can't hear him because he's really fucking me up and he's just really distracting me. So I'm like going, okay, this is not going well. And, it's kind of like, it's way better written in the book than I could describe.
But wait, what was the line you had to say? Was there a whole bunch of them or was there one in particular?
Well, I was this character called the Sayer of the Law. It's H.G. Wells, and the Sayer of the Law has these incantations because he presides over these kind of quasi-trials because it's a sub-society. And he's the guy who delineates human behavior from animal behavior, and which is what we're trying to have this subculture evolved to as purely human behavior, even though they're vivisections of animals and humans, and it's a new experiment. So I intone these things called not to walk on all fours, that is the law, not to slurp but sip, that is the law. And it's like this, and it's like 8 or 10 things that I say over and over and over again. And he just thought that was complete bullshit. And he had to kind of wait until I got finished with this whole fucking long speech before he'd get to start the scene. And it just didn't sit well with him.
So it wasn't you personally; it was just the dialogue he hated.
Yeah, but he kind of like made it personal. And I said, I'm either being fucked with here, or I'm being tested here, or whatever it is. I can't worry about that. You know, I was hired to do a job. I would love it if Marlon loved me, but obviously he thinks I'm a big dick, so fuck that shit. So I'm gonna just do my job. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll over the motherfucker. And that's what I started to do. Wow. In the scene, I started to roll over the motherfucker, and I started to cut him off when he was supposed to speak. And I started to say, I'm the boss. And boom, I could feel him like come with me and go, okay, we're in a scene now. And it became this thing that two people were participating in, and it became obvious very quickly that now we were working together. And so my takeaway from that was I was being put to the test, and I passed the test, and now I'm like, you get to work with me.
Yeah.
Because that's what the character kind of called for, and he kind of wanted to maybe see if you could do that and dominate him in the scene like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow. Was he really a problem with Val Kilmer too? I heard him and Val Kilmer hated each other on that set.
They did not play nice. They didn't get along.
Was that because of Marlon's test thing, do you think? Did he kind of throw the first blow there?
I just think they didn't get along. I wasn't privy to the chemistry, but it was chemistry. And with Marlon, it's usually chemistry. He's a guy who really, goes with his instincts and goes with his gut, which was formidable at the time. He was going 420.
Wow.
So, Jesus.
It was a lot of gut. But beautiful, beautiful memories, and a high watermark certainly in a life of a dreamer, because that's basically what all actors are. We're all dreamers, and to be able to get to work with the guy who was your model and your inspiration and your muse, wow. I mean, I'm very aware of the fact that not a lot of guys get to say that.
It's pretty special.
And even though I only spent 5 days with him, I milked it into 2 chapters in the book.
Dude, but that's amazing.
You talk about crass commercialism. Here I am complaining about corporate America, and I'm just looking to sell fucking books. I want to be Amazon.
But to fucking be able to say like this hero of mine is being kind of a dick or whatever he's being, and just to go fuck it and make it work, like that says a lot about you. Because I certainly would have panicked in that situation and just crumbled.
I did panic. I mean, he brought me to tears. I ended up going to my trailer and throwing up. I really did. But once I went all the way to the bottom, I said, okay, you gotta just pick yourself up, brush yourself up, and do this gig now. And yeah, it was interesting.
Were people like, you used to use the word deity? Both of you used that word. And I
didn't use that.
You did. You said deity.
I did.
Yeah, you did. After Ron did, it made us all uncomfortable.
All right. I parroted it.
Maybe you were asking me to sing a little ditty.
I was like, please,
you said deity, then Dan said deity, but he's never said deity in here before. He never will again after you leave. But it was glad that he threw it in.
You never know.
I said deity to him once. He went, "What is that?" So
I just acted like I knew it. I was like, yeah, deity.
When he would walk on set, would even the director kind of kiss his ass a little bit, or handle him with kid gloves?
I mean, look, man. It was the one of the final chapters of his career. He was Marlon Brando. He was a walking piece of history. Nobody is unaware of that. As much as casual as you want to be, as much as you try to like not, treat him as if he is a deity. It's always there. It's always in your face. It's always really obvious. And the beautiful thing about it is he was a guy that really longed for a normal life, and this whole love affair he had with Tahiti and this island he bought was so that he could be in a place where he was just treated like just an average guy, and that's where he went for solace. And I kind of fell in love with the ordinariness of Marlon, so that when he did fuck with me, that's probably, you know, like, you're not a dick and you're fucking with me. If you were a dick and you were fucking with me, it'd be so easy to, like, dismiss. Mm-hmm. But he was a guy I had already begun to admire on a human level, and I went, oh, man, maybe I'm a dick. Maybe I'm a dick. And I went into Bill Clinton mode.
Did you get to know Temuera Morrison at all?
Still a good friend of mine.
I love him. I love him.
Beautiful dude. Beautiful dude.
Do you ever see Once for Warriors? I ask everyone that.
I saw it like 60 times.
Wow. There's a great documentary on YouTube done by the guy who played his son, Julian, the 20th anniversary of that movie. So they kind of catch up, and I didn't realize what a small guy he is. Like, you know,
Tim, yeah.
Yeah, in the film he's so giant.
Yeah, he beefed himself up to play Jake the Muss, but what a beautiful dude he is, and what a great representative of that culture, because he's Maori from New Zealand, and you know, which is the indigenous of New Zealand, and spectacular human being. I mean, just a great guy. And I got to work with him again on a movie a couple of years ago, which will remain nameless for both of our sakes.
Oh, not good.
Yeah. You know, you got to throw those in every now and again.
It happens once in a while. But
some days you're working with Marlon, some days you're not.
When did he know who you were? Like, did you treat each other like deities?
You motherfucker! I was just gonna say it. Yeah. Wow, you really got me. Damn it! I had the deity loaded up.
Who? Tim?
Yeah, you knew who he was when you met him, or
I totally knew who he was. I had seen Once for Warriors on my own at least half a dozen times. Movie blew me away, as it did most of the people I knew. And then when I knew I was going to work with him, I went and watched it again and again. And it was as big a thrill to kind of get to know Tim. Tim and I, we bonded on a very kind of, you know, basic level, and we remain friends to this day. Whenever he's in L.A. or New York, he looks me up, and we wine and dine, and, you know, he's good people. And apparently he kind of knew who I was as well, from one thing or another. So it was cool. I mean, there was this kind of history upon which we could build and turn into a friendship.
Okay. Was there anything in the book? I guess before we got to give a plug too. If you want to meet Ron and get a book, you can get it. He'll sign the book for you, of course. Tonight, on Long Island. It's called the Book Review in Huntington. And then October 7th at 7 o'clock, Book Soup in L.A. October the 8th, there's a Barnes. Oh, you're coming back? Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
New York City, Barnes & Noble.
What a schedule.
Union
October
Square.
8th, Union Square. Yeah. I would definitely, if I were you, take issue with the book company's routing. No, here's what you're going to do. Long Island, right out to L.A., then I'll relax. Back the next day. October 10th, 3 o'clock, New York Comic-Con. Oh, so you're going to stay here in New York for Comic-Con. Yeah. So there's some really great opportunities. At Comic-Con, you're going to get fucking swamped with people.
Yeah.
You know, a bunch of people with little horns in their heads. So if you want to meet Ron in a fucking more sane setting, go to probably tonight in Long Island. It's a great independent place, or you know, L.A. or you know, Barnes & Noble. It looks like it's a great book. I wish we had it earlier because I would have read it, but we didn't.
That's okay this time.
I know.
I'll wait.
I feel bad. I should have just brushed up. I was just going to open up and ask certain questions.
I'll come back.
Yeah, please do.
I feel like I'm a semi-regular on this show anyway.
Twice?
Yeah, that's why I hugged you when you walked in. They didn't think I would.
And you gave a good hug, too. We didn't think you were going to hug Jimmy.
Last time I was here, just Louis C.K. was just hanging out. You know.
Oh, was Louis here?
Was he?
The standards dropped because now it's me.
Exactly. We had to actually ask him not to come back. He just wouldn't stop. He was showing up. He's a very lonely man.
Yeah, Louis a bit busy these days.
Love you guys.
He still comes in and just hangs.
Yeah, sometimes he'll call in. He's taking his kids to school or whatever.
Yeah, Louis is all right, man. Always has been.
So the book is called Easy Street by Ron Perlman, and again, you can meet him tonight and get it signed, and just pepper him with Marlon Brando questions as I have, and say deity. Yeah, annoy him. Ron, you are a deity to me.
Ron Perlman, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ron.
Pleasure, good to be here.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break.
Sirius 206, XM 103. The show is back.
We're on. Jeez. Want to thank Ron Perlman for stopping by. Got a nice little nap. Just told her. No, I like it.
Fucking Jimmy nailed me.
Got a few.
I was just trying to like stay into it and be like, what question can I haven't talked.
No, I like Rob Perlman.
Yeah.
He's terrific.
He's a deep guy.
Oh, he's very.
I'd join his militia.
Yeah, he's he likes his politics.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't talk Pacific Rim.
I know. He should have talked Pacific Rim, and guess who did the forward in the book there? Iraq.
Guillermo del Toro.
That's right. We've had him on the show. He was terrific.
He's awesome.
He was very awesome, actually. And I wanted to tell Ron Perlman, I appreciate his book because guess what?
What?
You got one IX.
Okay.
You got an X, and then you got an XI, and then what does it say right there?
Page 1.
Page 1.
Couple cannibals are eating a clown.
That's very smart on his part.
What's that?
It's the
you only have to deal with a couple of X's and I's before you get to page 1. I'm obsessed with that with books. I want to get right to page 1 so I feel like I'm getting something done.
You want to feel like you're accomplishing the goal of reading.
That's right.
The entire piece of literature.
That's right. How old is Ron Perlman?
He'll be 30 next week. It's really he does not age well.
He is a
I didn't believe the whole Kennedy thing, but whatever. I was going to call him out.
What do you say about Kennedy?
He said that I remember when he got shot and all that. I was like, yep, sure you did.
At that point, I was in REM sleep.
He was really nice.
No, we like Ron Perlman. Hey, I got 2 autographed books that Ron just signed.
Thanks,
His
man.
new book called Easy Street. How are we going to give these away? I don't feel like doing it on my Twitter today. Who wants this?
We should do a fucking call-in contest. Whoever calls in
I'm
and can give us the
call in right now.
coolest fact about Ronnie Perlman.
Oh, what a neat fact! I think everybody left the channel.
I think we should make them
Such bad ideas.
Make them earn it.
What?
That's such a bad idea.
How about let's have a contest of some sort. Make them earn it. We get value for our dollar.
All right, let's play. Let's play. How big is Dan's cock?
All right,
Dan, write down how big your cock is.
That's right. The girth in
All right.
centimeters. Put it down in kilometers.
Write it down. All right. You need a sheet of paper. How big is Dan's cock?
Right here.
For the signed Ron Perlman book, Easy Street. Easy Street, the hard way. In parentheses. By the way, it'll be up on my Instagram in just a couple seconds, but I got the hug. Jimmy,
I gotta give it. I mean,
Jimmy bet us. I just got to write
Jim
something.
did it.
Jimmy bet us.
I didn't think
that he would.
He really hugged you like he knew you too.
Ronnie!
Yeah. Anyway, like he was just like, okay.
Yeah, man.
There wasn't like, who the fuck is this guy?
I stand right up for a hug. That's what I do. Ronnie!
Hug.
Ronnie! He's good, though. I mean,
all right.
I literally could listen to guys talk about Marlon Brando all fucking day. There's nobody I want to talk about more than Marlon Brando.
All right. It's up there. A big, obnoxious hug. If
I forgot. Fuck, I know what I should have asked him. Do you ever see The Godfather?
Was that really his cat?
The big, obnoxious hug.
I can't hear. What did I say?
How annoying.
Why? It was good. Let me hear it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't hear it, Sam. Turn the volume up.
Go to Opie Radio on Instagram.
Turn the goddamn...
Okay. I'm going to get some followers today.
Ron Perlman!
Oh, fuck, I was enjoying that too much.
Hey, Ron, how are you?
Your workout
Pleasure to
t-shirt.
meet you, sir. Yeah, I'm wearing a baggy Aussie shirt.
All right.
My workout t-shirt.
Ronnie looks good.
All right, you got your...
oh, yeah.
I don't look fat?
Yeah.
No.
You write down your cock size?
I write it down.
Okay, here we go.
Those
For the Ron
tries.
Perlman joke. Let's book. Let's say hi to Will in Minnesota. Will, how are you today, sir?
Great.
What are you willing Minnesota to do? Oh.
Jesus.
I love that. You got a little taste of what we deal with, Will.
That was the best reaction.
That's what we deal with on a regular basis.
Fucking crack it up.
Even when we're not on the air, we get to deal with that.
Don't do my jokes, you piece of garbage.
All right. Well, I guess we're playing. How big is Dan's cock?
Yep.
I think he's all talk. He's probably pushing it at 7.
All talk. So.
7.
Okay, Dan, comment. Right or wrong?
Wrong.
Oh.
You little dick, little shit.
Oh, wow. Who knows?
Wow, a little violent.
Someone got angry.
Dave in Texas. How big is Dan's cock?
My guess was 5 1/8.
Wrong.
Nope.
Nice shit.
My guess, I have an 8 1/4. So does a big guy.
You have an 8 1/4?
No, I'm guessing you have 8 1/4.
Oh.
No, if I had 8 1/4, I would have said that a lot more definitively. I would have done this while I said it. I've got 8 1/4.
Shut up, everyone.
It's the first thing Ron would have heard when he walked in. It's the first thing you would have heard when you walked in.
Do I know Jim? I just know he's got an 8 1/4.
Now I know, you know, she knows, and everybody might as well know it.
Hi, who's this?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh.
Hello? All right, let's say hi to Eddie in North Dakota. Eddie.
Eddie!
What's up?
Welcome aboard.
How are you?
You want me to go ahead and venture a guess?
Yeah.
Well, we're playing how
Venture guess.
How big is Dan Soder's kite?
How big?
I'm going to guess about 6.
Nope.
The fuck is
shit.
Is it close?
Nope. Someone was close earlier.
Dan's a giant penis.
No, I don't.
All right, let me go to Anthony in
Very proportional.
Secaucus.
Hello.
Hey, welcome aboard. Thanks for calling the program. Guess Dan's cock size. Go.
First off, happy birthday, little Jimmy.
What's that?
And,
What's that?
You got me. All right. Yes, I was going to say 9 1/4, but
I wish.
now you're saying you're small, so I'm going to change it to 5 1/4.
No.
Jesus.
35. I will say this. I'm looking at the screeners and the answer's up there.
Whoa.
How big and juicy
okay,
is this darn thing?
Juicy?
What is it?
Didn't we do 8 inches so far? Did we do the 8 inches?
I don't know.
I think that was one of the bets, right? Oh, no, we didn't do 8
Nah.
inches? Oh, so that's going to be the answer?
No, it's not.
All right.
All right, so we don't need David.
Yeah, bye, Dave.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely 4.5. Let's
No
go with
way.
Trucker.
Oh,
I know the answer.
Trucker
Way
Shannon, what's up?
6.5.
Trucker Shannon, how big is Dan Soder's cock?
How big is it in metric
Alrighty,
tons?
I'm thinking that big old Johnson is probably about 4.5.
You are incorrect.
You got a small penis.
Incorrect.
I say 6.5.
Incorrect.
Dan's got about 6.5.
All right, let's.
That's just the width of the helmet.
Let's go to Chad. Chad in Pennsylvania. Chad.
Oh, Chad!
I'll guess 7.5.
He got it.
All right.
That's it?
Yeah, dude. That's fucking
Fuck.
decent.
What's wrong with you?
That's not bad. Dan's a big guy.
Take it out. Let's fact check.
But how tall are you?
6'3"? I think it's close. It's like I'm in between 7.5 and 8.
All right.
Just say 7.
Do you want the Ron Perlman book autographed by the man himself?
Yeah.
You got it, buddy. That's awesome.
All right. Hold on the line. You get a copy of Easy Street. Let me make sure I do this proper. Chad, thank you. Thanks for listening.
Chad!
We got one more book, and then we can get the fuck out of here.
All right, yes. Guess the depth of Dan Soder's asshole.
Ooh, now we're talking to
We're going to slide a ruler in and see how far we can get it before Dan bleeds. It's going to be like the old dipstick test.
There's oil leaking.
How do we do the next one? Should we just give it away?
How about they got to do a little trivia?
Give it away now.
How about they got to do a little trivia? I
Should have gave it to that guy who's going to jail so he could read it.
Let me see. Let me see. We could put it in the back of his pants. We don't bother him.
We could do trivia based on the interview we had. Like, we could say, like, Marlon Brando. A lot of people looked at Marlon Brando
as a
blank.
It's Didi.
Oh.
Oh, dude.
That's true.
I can't play.
Why is that?
I wasn't paying attention.
You snoozed out a little bit?
A little bit. It happens.
You Thursdayed out?
But I didn't. I'm here, though, man. I'm ready to go.
Jim was all in.
Let's go with a little trivia about the interview.
Why you punch the air?
Motivated Jim Norton
I'm
is the
ready
worst
to go.
person.
A little trivia about the interview.
Why are you doing that?
I can't wait. I want to give away this book. No more just giving them away. Let's get a little trivia going. Guys, call up with some interview trivia.
They're calling. Let's just go blind.
You ready?
We're going blind.
All right, here we're going to do a little trivia about the interview.
All right, we're going blind. Go ahead. You have the question?
Who's this?
Hi. Yeah.
Let me see that. Hold on. Make sure I don't look ridiculous in this clip. Okay.
Hello?
Okay, I look good. Okay, yeah. Who's on the line?
Hello? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. That's no good.
Did we blow up the phones? Hello? Nothing? Let's try this. Hi, who's this?
Steve.
Steve?
What's up, Steve?
Hey.
Hey.
Little
I'd like to be able to get the book.
Okay, little trivia about the interview. Who was Ron's good friend from New Zealand?
No idea, but
Well, you lose the trivia about the interview
Stop
game.
doing that.
That's how you do it.
Don't stop doing that.
Absolutely not.
Thank you. Let's give Scott a try.
Yeah. Hello, Scott. Welcome to the program.
Are you gonna do the same question?
We're doing a little trivia about the interview.
I want to start that as a chant now.
It's a lot of fun. Are you ready?
Oh man, I totally don't know that answer. I know he was a sweet soul and a great gentleman, but his name 100% escapes me.
Okay, well then you do not win a copy of the book. This is what we do to you. Thanks for calling. Next. Wow. Thanks.
That's it.
Thanks a lot, you bag of shit.
You're very
nice
submissive.
Try.
Come on.
Bag of shit.
Nice try.
I want the buzz line.
Next person, a little trivia about the interview.
Hi, who's this?
I want to start getting people to chant it.
Me.
Oh, fuck. No.
All right.
Fuck.
What animal do you remind us of? It rhymes with fig. All right. Next on the line, any non-alcoholic pigs calling up for trivia about the interview.
Excuse me?
We're looking for a non-pig, non-alcoholic.
Who is this?
We're talking to Ron Perlman.
God, we're not doing fucking Groundhog Day today.
Okay.
I was on Sons of Anarchy.
Let's say. Oh,
Hey, Ron.
hold on.
Ron, you're back here.
I was on Sons of Anarchy.
She'll call back.
Okay, fat cunt. Fat cunt.
Haven't done that in a while.
No, not since Herney Mudson. Whatever his name was.
Herney Mudson.
Yeah, Herney Mudson.
Yes, his name was Herney.
Oh, Bernie Mudson.
Put her right through.
Hello?
No, who's this? Going cold. Who's this? Hi, who's this? How does this work? Hello.
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 Hey, how you doing? This is Joey from Queens.
Welcome aboard, Joey. We're just doing a little tea about the we're doing got to think of a little question to ask. We asked the same question twice. Don't want to ask the same question a third time.
Take your knee off the table.
Knees on the table for trivia about the interview. What was the name of the movie that his New Zealand friend starred in? Go.
No fucking idea.
Well, apparently you weren't paying attention to the interview. You lose T-A-T-I.
God, Jimmy must have liked you. He gave you the easiest question.
Tatty. You lose Tatty. Tell me about the interview.
Let's go to the Bronx. Paul in the Bronx.
Yay!
What do you got?
Hello?
Same question.
Nope, different question. Tatty, different question. What country was his grandmother from? Go.
Poland.
You win. Follow-up question. Because right now you've only won the cover. Follow-up question, trivia about the interview. Okay, yes, you do win the book. Good call. Hold on the line, and Travis will get all your information, and we'll ship this out to you sometime in November.
How do you not have a trivia show?
I should. Trivia about the interview. I asked the audience questions that I should have asked the guest.
Yeah.
All right, we got the winners, and somebody wants to just say hi before we get out of here. Hi, who's this?
It's me again, Lady Di. How you doing?
Well, you interrupted us. We're in the middle of our Ron Perlman interview. Do you know who Ron Perlman is?
He's a book writer, I guess.
Who is this? Who is this?
This is Lady Di. Well, actually, my name is Diana.
I'm on Sons of Anarchy. Have you seen me?
I can't see you.
Have you seen him?
I'm promoting my book.
Okay, promote your book.
Who's this fucking cunt?
It's Lady Di. She's a regular.
Did Ron Perlman just call her a cunt?
All right, you know, that is not a nice thing to say.
That isn't, Ron.
Promoting my book. You're interrupting the interview.
Well, you figured that you might as well talk to Ron Perlman. We have him on the show, and you're calling in the middle of it. So what do you got for him?
Exactly. In the pig community, you're a deity.
I did meet a book writer when I was an intern over there.
No one cares. Fucking cunt.
The guy
Shut
who
up.
was Greg Gutfield, remember?
No, we don't know him.
Well, no. He was on with Dan Soder.
Me and Jimmy know Greg Gutfeld, but Ron Perlman doesn't know who he is.
We don't know who Greg Gutfield is. There is no Greg Gutfield.
Greg Gutfield.
It's a different person. Gutfeld is his name, you fucking eye-adding zilch.
His name is Greg Gutfield.
No, it's not. You're adding an I.
Die. We only have a few minutes with Ron Perlman. You got a question? He's the guy from Hellboy, Sons of Anarchy, hung out with JFK, I think, or I don't know. Ron, did you hang out with JFK?
No, I was working security at the book depository.
Oh. How old are you?
Hang up on this cunt.
No.
That's your question?
Don't hang up on me.
Hang up on this cunt.
He does not like you, Di.
He's a big Hollywood star. He was in Pacific Rim.
He worked with Brando.
He doesn't even know me. How could he not like me?
And Hellboy, of course,
Yes.
Hellboy.
She sounds fatter than Brando was in that movie.
Oh.
That cunt.
Nah. No, well, but that's not the reason that I called.
Why did you call?
I called.
You're selling Bill's liver? That cunt.
Out of here.
Thank you for saving us.
Yeah.
From a bit that was dying.
It was
going nowhere.
Why don't we get out of here then?
Absolutely.
Jimmy's going to start his run at the Stress Factory tonight.
Well, I got to go to the gym first after the old... That wore me out. That was the beginning of my cardio. Was that little fucking get ready? Sam, one more time for the people that may have missed it. All right, here we're going to do a little trivia about the interview.
It's on Sam's Instagram, not
That's
Sam.
right. That's a good one, right?
That's a real good one.
That's a really good
Trivia about the interview.
That's something we got to make a staple. Here
Absolutely,
on the show.
all day, every day. Trivia about the interview.
That's staple, not the whole show.
I think you get shirts made up.
That's right, Tatty.
No.
That's time for trivia about the interview.
Yep, trivia about the interview. We're going to do Tatty Thursdays.
We got
like
another
that?
bit. Get Troy to make production. We're
That's
in.
right.
We're all in. We got Joe Perry coming up, and
That's right.
We'll
We
do
got
trivia
Billy
about
Idol
the
too.
interview.
Billy Idol and Joe Perry on the same fucking day.
Why you get your teeth shut?
Because I'm using my lower teeth to bite my upper lip. It's a new character.
No, it's not. It's just annoying.
We didn't do this.
I know. People are upset.
Well, what is
All right,
it?
we'll do it next week.
What is it?
The Jocktober. People really want us to do it.
Oh.
People are pissed that you.
All
that
right,
we
we'll try to
haven't
do it
done
next
Jocktober.
week.
We were busy.
All right.
Doing what? What bits were we doing?
I learned deity.
Well, yes, you certainly did, and boy, you couldn't stop saying it.
Like what bit? What bit did we do instead of Jocktober?
Trivia about the interview. Tatty 14.
Making our mark. Me and Jimmy are making our mark.
Benchmark
New bits. Shit face at the movies and trivia about the interview.
You're saying it wrong. Trivia about the interview.
Gotta put the hands in.
All right, here we're going to do a little trivia about the interview. That's right. It just makes it, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does.
Fucking.
Let's go home. Dan, what do you got, buddy?
October 16th to the 18th, I'll be in Appleton, Wisconsin's Skyline Comedy Cafe.
And
Appleton, you probably get iPhones there, right?
And maybe soon, you and Jay on the channel.
Fucking A.
Doing a little action for us. That would be nice. We're
That
going
would
to try
be-
to figure that shit out.
It'd be very nice.
The people demand it. You and Big J.
The fat guy in the waterhead.
Then we can come on this show and ask trivia questions about whatever happens.
Absolutely. Should be about the interview. It's fun to say.
Yeah, it is. It's
Try
fun
it
to hear,
once.
too. Yeah.
Try it.
People are going to be
Tatty action.
Yeah, a little Tatty 14. What's that? Trivia about the interview.
I think people are going to be saying that to themselves all day.
Oh, I want it to get stuck in
boy.
your head like a tumor. I want it to get stuck in your head like fucking a lump in... All right, I was going to name a specific person who died of brain cancer. A little...
Ouch. Let me do this for Jimmy. Jimmy's going to be at the Stress Factory. Make sure you bring a little pocket money, because if you buy any type of merch, it's going to throw in one of his old shirts.
For free of charge.
That's
Not
right.
a buck, not $2. All right, here we're going to do a little trivia about the interview. Oh, good video, Sammy. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job filming.
Thanks.
Looks like someone's forearms have been getting a little work.
Thank you very much.
I meant mine.
Oh.
Dan Soder, always a very, very
Wonderful.
entertaining individual.
We like doing
for having me
radio
on,
guys.
guys.
Yeah, I love Dan.
All right, guys.
Don't forget. Little trivia.
Go see Jimmy at the Stress Factory. That's your homework assignment until we meet again. All right?
Yep, last
Chop,
thing. All right, here we're going to do a little trivia about the interview.
Today's show will be available later today on Sirius XM On Demand. Stick around. The after show is up next.
Svetlana? Sure, I'll say, sure. She's so fucking pretty. And then all of a sudden, you have to send her fucking, your bank account. So that might have been
Fast forward, he's going to be on 40-day fiance, whatever the hell.
90-day fiance.
90-day fiance.
No, 40-day fiance is the one with half the time.
Right.
But they suck your dick immediately. That's the caveat.
90-day fiance. So your age on there is 44?
Or something like that,
So you can
yeah.
only go down to 30?
Yeah, I was annoyed by that so much. Even though it's like, I don't know if I'm not going to... I would date somebody, for me, a good age is somewhere around 27, 28. I like that a lot because they're not in baby-making mode yet, but they're old enough to be smart and kind of have a career going, but they're not fucking... That's way old. I'm a lot older than that, too, but that's what I like.
Okay.
I don't want someone who's 20. You know what I mean?
So you're going to re-sign up with a different age?
No, because I don't like to lie either. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't like, yeah, sure, HIV status. I'll lie about that stuff and explain it. I'll explain it.
Nobody's perfect.
No, that type of stuff I explain, which the first time she walks out of my bathroom, tear-stricken, talking about the scale and how she's losing. I can't put muscle on. Well, I've been meaning to tell you something. So, that is, but that annoyed me. Like, why would they do that? It's just, there's some kind of a really shit. How fucking dare you tell people who they should be with?
I would love to know the reasoning. They must have some kind of reasoning.
They probably got too many complaints from the younger female members, and instead of just doing something like that, they started this. Now, somebody will call up and tell me how stupid and full of shit I am, and I almost want to hear that. But I called and left an indignant message. I'm also curious as to how these sites are. If there's a lot of... Like, Tinder is so much bullshit and spam. And these fucking...
So why don't they control that?
Because they don't want to. They can, but they don't want to.
Why not? Probably because they're not getting enough women.
I don't know. They get a lot, man. They get a lot.
So then they don't need that spam shit.
Maybe it's just lazy, or they don't. I don't know. But that annoys me that they could fix that and don't. I just take a screen cap of every one I get that's bullshit. Here's the key: if she's pretty and she says hi to me first, she's fucking spam. There's been a few. And then Cuddler, I went on Cuddler to see what that is.
What the hell is Cuddler?
Cuddler. It is shit. It's shit.
So they're trying to, jump on the whole Tinder thing.
Yeah, and Facebook is, of course, tied in. Facebook is tied in with everything. They're like fucking oxygen.
What the hell's
a location-based social meeting app for cuddling?
Yeah, but it's garbage.
For cuddling?
Yeah, cuddling. Like,
You can just call me.
Find people near you who are up for a cuddle.
I'll
have
open
a
up.
cuddle with them. No pressure.
Okay, here's my options on Cuddler. You don't have that many options. Like, I'm scrolling through. That's all the options you have. I have Richard, who's got his hand on his cheek. And I have Vikram, who's a guy in sunglasses who looks like Eddie Trunk. I have Amar, who's a handsome guy in sunglasses looking that way. I have Jake, who's another guy looking longingly over the water.
Oh,
so far, nothing with a twat.
Do you set your preference to men?
Cam, no. That's the beauty. Of course not. Cam, who I'm guessing is a guy, unless he's got a hockey player that Dennis Leary does a foundation show for.
This is Cuddler right now?
Here's a girl. I have Jorge, who's just a guy, and JJ, who's another guy like with a best man pose. Here she is, Christina. Let me click on her picture. No information. Ask Christina for a cuddle. I click on cuddle now. Hold on, cuddle now, and then the little thing goes and there's a check that appears on her. Error sending request. Oh fuck!
Why her?
I don't know. Maybe there's a box the girls can check. Oh wait, no. Here it goes. It's going through, but there's a 0 next to her with an arrow up and a 0 next to her with an arrow down. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means.
It means no likes or dislikes.
No likes or dislikes. No, everyone has got a 0.
Should we watch the video on Cuddler?
Yeah, let's try to figure out the whole cuddle thing.
If it says this app is shit, let me see, Trav.
Ever just want to cuddle?
Yeah, where's all those people that they're scrolling through?
Now there's finally an app for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a girl looking for guys. That's exactly what it is, right?
You have a cuddle request from
Faye. Ooh, Faye.
Sitting there.
Faye has asked for a cuddle. He's just sitting on a wall
with
somewhere.
Flowers. Oh, there's Faye. She's nearby.
Charlie accepted your cuddler request.
Wow.
All right.
And what's it say? Message from Charlie. Let's meet in the park. Faye, you're not going to pipe me over the head, are you? Charlie, no.
Real-time walking directions.
Cool.
Oh, she's walking toward, what's his name, Charlie?
Charlie and Faye.
Charlie and Faye are walking toward each other.
This commercial should end on a cliff, and Charlie should throw himself off.
Cuddle in public or in private.
Ooh.
They're getting closer to each other.
Let's cuddle in the park.
They're both in the park. They meet by a monument.
Faye, Charlie?
Yeah. Now they're
laying in the grass.
Cheek in the park.
Ew, with their fucking head. They're both looking up at the sky.
That?
And they walk away. Take care.
That was it? Really?
This is the most unrealistic thing
That
I've
is
ever
the
seen.
stupidest thing ever.
Now they're hugging. Yeah, oh, she dropped the sock. Well, different people are hugging. What a fucking... This commercial is making my... Oh, there's a guy in a wheelchair who wants to cuddle? How about that? It's great. He's going to cuddle at crotch level. What a fucking lie. Cuddlerrap.com. I hate it.
It's like cuddle rape.
Cuddle rape.
They're just lying to each other. So what? That's Tinder, basically.
No, we all have
They're making
zero
believe,
hugs.
look, it's just about hugs, but of course you want to get down to business.
Mohammed. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to cuddle with. Let me cuddle with Mohammed. Funny, you cuddle with him, and you're like, it feels like you're wearing something under your shirt.
I wanted to listen to that. Didn't hear the song, Travis. We were too busy talking. Good morning, everybody.
I like that cheering. It sounds like they're cheering for us when we come on the radio.
I think they're not cheering for us right now.
That's what we need.
Yeah. Traitors! Fucking traitors! But I'll still listen anyway! Traitors! Who can I type to right now? I need to be heard! Fuck you. Go away, then. Go away. Enough of you go away, then we'll go away. That's how it works.
Did I show you the... did I read that yesterday, the email I got? Guy called me a traitor?
Yeah.
Did I read it on the air?
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious. No, you didn't read it on the air. I told you you should have.
I'll read it on the air. It's funny you said I forgot about that until you just said traitor. This is what this is the what people have been saying. Where is it? Do I still have it? I don't know if I still have it. If I find it, I'll read it.
It was very funny.
Yeah, it was silly.
The guy went after you a little bit. You wrote back to him, and then you turned him around, which was nice.
Well, I don't even know if I did. Here it is. Yeah,
I think you kind of turned him around.
Yeah, we were Facebook friends. And again, if I didn't read this yesterday, I'm sorry if I did. All capital letters on Facebook.
Yeah.
Fucking faggot trader, trader, Trader.
Nice.
Resigned. You suck without ad, and I'm glad I canceled my subscription to your shit show. You suck dicks. And it's all like one long with a couple exclamation points, but no apostrophes or anything.
Yeah.
So I wrote back, you spelled traitor wrong, stupid. And faggot is with 2 G's because he spelled faggot, F-A-G-O-T. And then he wrote back, voice rec makes mistakes. Thanks for the English lesson. I love the fact that he blamed voice recognition, like voice recognition would forget an apostrophe and misspell faggot. But then he wrote, you do rule, I'm just pissed.
Yeah, I understand people are pissed.
Like a lot of that anger is just like that's the mentality. It's like they just
I certainly understand it to a point. It would have been a lot easier for everybody if we moved on to another venue, another place. But in the end, there was nowhere else to really move on to that made sense. So here we are.
There were some very entertaining emails. Yeah, we get some great. I don't read every hate mail on the air.
No, there's a lot of support though too. So
yeah,
I'm focusing on the support. I mean, people, people hate you, and you know that you'll never change their fucking minds. They want to just hate you. You could explain it to them, and they won't even listen to you. So,
well, the beauty of this guy, the guy who wrote this, he's in a band.
Right.
Like on his picture, he's in a band.
Right.
And it's like you're in a band. You're a musician, so I'm assuming you're in a band. If you're in a band, how do you not understand the inner workings of when there's more than one person dealing with something? Like, if you've never been in a band where one member has left and then come back, like,
right? So
it's silly. People are children.
They are children.
Some of them are. What are good ones? All right.
The new one is I don't have loyalty. Okay, sure. All right. Yeah. Okay. 20 years with Anthony, I have no loyalty. Okay, sure. All right. Go with that one. Sure. There were many times that the whole thing could have exploded, but out of loyalty, we kept it together. So relax on that one. 20 years is a fucking solid run. Maybe we do more down the road. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? Anyway, Eddie Vedder doing Imagine to start today's show. I want to thank BJ the Trucker for suggesting that one. I saw it all over Twitter yesterday. A lot of people were tweeting the Eddie Vedder Imagine. Why? Did it come out yesterday?
Well, for the general public that's not in the 10 Club, it came out yesterday.
What's
or
that
2 days
club?
ago.
He's part of the 10 Club?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Nice.
What am I, a fucking loser?
What is that? I wish it was minutes left to live. Oh.
I don't need that much Pearl Jam.
No, I don't either.
I love Pearl Jam. I listen to the Pearl Jam channel on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
I kind of go on YouTube every once in a while, but I'm good.
All right.
What do you get in the 10 Club?
I get exclusive merchandise, which is a lot of times really awesome stuff.
Like what? Exclusive?
Like vinyl and like shirts and just they'll have stuff that they put up on their website that you can only buy if you're in the 10 Club.
How do they know you're in the 10 Club?
Because you have to log in.
Oh, as a member of the 10 Club?
It's $20 a year. What do you want?
Exactly. That's fucking $20 too much to belong to the stupid 10 Club.
I don't know if Sabbath had...
And 10 Club tickets.
If Sabbath or Ozzy had some kind of special club. You might even be in a special Sabbath or...
Yes, I would be.
Ozzy club.
Yes, I would be.
Okay.
And you get the annual holiday Christmas single, and that's going to be one of the singles. But they released it.
So everyone who's not in the 10 Club now has it. So your 10 Club membership is shit.
Yeah, but I got it for free.
Yeah, so did I just know. If I have to spend 20 clams a year, just save myself 20 clams.
I just held my smartphone to the speaker. I now have it too, Travis.
Exactly.
How long ago did you have that song?
Last week.
So only a week?
Yeah, I was on that shit.
And then everyone gets it anyway?
Well, you got to pay for it.
Why doesn't he just make a song for the 10 Club? This is 10 Club and I love you. Whatever the fuck you would say. You're all members of the fan club and I love you. And maybe something only your ears can pick up. That would be worth being in the 10 Club.
What is the special holiday single they put out every year? Or is there a couple of them?
No, they put out one vinyl. Well, it used to be vinyl. Now it's like, now you can have a digital or an analog. So
why is there a ticking like you're holding an alarm clock? Laura. Oh, 0 cuddles. Hold on. Let me give Laura the old cuddle request.
All right.
Me and everything else with a cock and balls on Cuddler. All right. I don't want to cuddle with Jeffrey or Eduardo. God damn it. Charlie, Chris, Alex, Caroline, cuddle requests coming.
How close are these people?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Why? Because there's no information.
If any of these say yes, you got to leave the studio immediately.
You don't even need to say that. Okay. Well, here's the rule for the day. If we're ever on the radio and I'm like, oh my God, my chest, I've gotten a cuddle request.
Okay.
I didn't want to say that. I have gotten, Paolo. I don't know if that's a guy or a girl's name, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Jason, and there's a, yay! Jason's only a half a year old. There's a guy behind him. Another Mohammed. How many Mohammeds want cuddles?
That's kind of scary.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys on this. Oh, Carrie Ann. I've seen her 3 days in a row. I'm sure she's legitimately looking for cuddles. Pretty girl like that. Carla's fucking pretty. I bet you she's looking for a guy like me.
Are you clicking yes on all these or whatever the fuck you have to click?
I couldn't click yes fast enough.
Okay.
Here's the rule of thumb. If you have a cunt on Cuddler, you're a yes. You're a yes. Dave is swimming. Tom and Thesis looks like Bobo. Brian. And then you click back, and it's just my profile picture. Tell your friends about Cuddler. That's what I need. More cockblockers on Cuddler.
How
fucking awful.
How's your profile picture?
It's just my Tonight Show photo.
Oh, that's a nice picture. All right.
Yeah.
You should get some cuddles out of that.
What shit?
This guy's on Tinder. He went on a date last night. Let's check out
Troy Kwan. You're on
JP in Miami. JP.
Hey guys, congrats on the new deal.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm 25. I went on a Tinder date last night. It's actually it's pretty much the only way I get girls basically now. It's a great app. I mean, there's a lot of spam, but it's fantastic.
Yeah, there are a lot of real girls on. I'm going to say that I've talked to quite a few. I've only had that one lunch date, but a couple of the other ones I've talked to are legitimate. I've talked to a girl on the phone. She was really cute, and that's not a bullshit app. There's too much spam, and they annoy me because they could fix it, but there's a lot of real girls on there.
What about the girl you went on lunch day with?
She's nice.
Have you talked to her since?
No, but
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
No, I actually went out with a 29-year-old really attractive attorney last night. A lot of smart girls, a lot of really cool girls I met off there. But you have to be good looking, right? Like that's the one thing about Tinder. It's the girls kind of run the game on Tinder. You know what I mean?
That's the same thing about life, the
No
country.
kidding. What are you talking about?
That's the dating world. Tinder
Right.
is a microcosm. They're like that with.
Life would be a lot easier if we had pussies.
Yeah, exactly. If I had a pussy between my, that's
You know
that's
what
the way
I
it is.
would be able to get done if I had a pussy?
Absolutely.
Jesus.
I'd be happier to show up every day. I'd just lick your cooter.
The women out there with the boo-hoo, boo-hoo. You got the pussy. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? You got all the power.
Absolutely.
Everyone knows that.
You have that lump of hollowed out sauerkraut between your legs.
Hey, JP.
Yeah, Opie, before I go, man, I just want to tell you, I've been listening to you since high school now. Now I'm a grown-ass man, 25. Big fan of all you guys. Keep it up.
Thank you. No, but I want to ask you, did you get anything off the woman last night?
No, we made out. We have plans to definitely hook up again. The last girl I actually met on Tinder, she had a terribly smelly vagina, but she was cute too. So I mean, there's ups and downs, but I mean,
Wait, she had a smelly vagina?
Of course she did. He was her 5th Tinder date of the day.
Oh, God.
She's probably taking loads all day before you.
What was wrong with the vagina? And how close did you get to it?
Well, we went out for drinks one afternoon, and sat there a couple of drinks, went back to her place, and she got naked, and I smelled this horrible smell from the massage. It was terrible. She was, what, 25? So about my age, yeah. And I mean, it was awful. And then she told me she didn't want to hang out again after that. I don't know if she was embarrassed by the smell or what.
Maybe it was the fact that all of a sudden she looked up and her fucking parakeet was dead, like it smelled gas in the mine.
I was because I smelled it, and so I started fingering her, and then I put it in her mouth, and she had a sour look on her face.
Oh, good for you!
God.
Yeah, that was a great. Take that, you. Good for you.
Yeah, so she definitely knows.
All right,
guys, great, big fan.
Thanks. Watch out for the Ebola.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling all my friends to watch out for the Ebola. It's happening now.
Especially with body fluids like that.
It's happening. It turns out the guy in Texas, he went to a clinic or a hospital, and they sent him home with antibiotics.
They didn't know.
They misdiagnosed him?
They didn't know about his trip to Sierra Leone.
So they sent him home, and it turns out that's the guy with the Ebola.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Look at it. The Ebola stories everywhere.
Right now, he's probably cuddling with somebody. He's probably one of these guys on the Cuddler app. One of these creeps.
What is Cuddler?
I get what it is, but it stinks.
They're just lying.
Look, what they're saying is possible. You can meet someone like that.
Right, but you're not going to start hugging and cuddling them in a park.
I don't think they do that with me. But Tinder I thought was bullshit until I got on it, and I finally started getting some matches.
Getting a few hits.
But you have to work fucking quick, because the girls get very... There was one really cute girl, older than I normally would have talked to, by the way, and we were going back and forth a little bit, and then she just lost interest and that happens. You got to accept it.
Right.
There was one beautiful one who she only responded to me once, and she's just not again. So I'm like, she's just not interested.
She's out.
Yeah, a lot of them want more Instagram followers or whatever.
Subscription?
Yeah.
And it would always come out in like June instead of Christmas.
Why?
Because they could never get it out in time.
Aww.
How about it was this early for next year? Why don't you be a fucking
That's
optimist?
what the running joke started to be.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know.
Oh, is he? I know what he's for the holidays. Is he doing Santa Claus is coming to town?
You're not a Pearl Jam fan, are you?
I don't mind them. I just don't like rock Christmas songs necessarily.
No, yeah. It's not a Christmas song. It's just here's a holiday
in time for the holidays.
Yeah,
a holiday gift.
You remember Last Kiss?
Yeah,
that was the holiday song.
If I had one more kiss, I'd give it to the 10 Club members.
That's not how Last Kiss goes.
That's how he sounds.
That's not it.
It's a good impression of him.
You're getting it wrong.
I wish Jay Moore was here for that, because he does a very. I don't know if he can sing like him though, but he does a very good spoken word Eddie Vedder.
He's amazing.
It's my favorite impression.
Yeah, that and Colin are probably my two favorites that Jay does. But then again, his Chris Penn is nothing to sneeze at,
nothing to laugh at. The Eddie Vedder Imagine was from Portugal.
In July.
In July. Now available on iTunes, and proceeds go to heartbeat.fm. He's always doing good.
Yeah, he really is.
Eddie Vedder's always doing good.
Yeah, he is.
An organization that creates opportunities and spaces for young Israeli and Palestinian musicians to work together, hear each other, and amplify their voices to influence the world around them.
Yes, but they can't belong to the 10 Club. They each have to belong to the 5 Club on their own side.
What is that? How is that going to work?
I don't know.
The Israelis and the Palestinians working together in bands?
Yeah.
It's great. He's just going to be standing there with 1 foot in a settlement, 1 foot out of one. A member of the 10 club. Not an 8 club, not a 2 club, but yeah, together it's a 10 club.
I don't know why you have to hate on the 10 club.
I don't hate on it. It's just why is it called the 10 club? Maybe you could explain that to me. I'm not a Pearl Jam
You
fan.
were in I guarantee you were in some kind of Kiss fan club growing
Kiss
up.
Army, which was the first one I ever heard of with an army, by the way.
You were part of the Kiss Army?
I might have joined it. I don't know if I was never a big joiner of clubs, believe it or not. Never. What was the
It's their first record's 10.
Oh, all right. That makes sense. And if Sabbath had a 13 club in honor of their last record, I'd be a member.
You would.
A 10 club plus 3. Yes, I would happily join that.
I'm beginning to like your impression better than Jay Morrison.
Yes, of course. I don't know anything else about them.
That's spot on, though.
It is good.
It's very good. All right. Well, good for Eddie.
Do you have a newsletter with the 10 club?
Yeah.
But only 10 club members get it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Travis goes, yeah.
What does he tell you that no one else knows?
I can't tell you.
Oh, it's a secret. What's the secret handshake? It's when you take your right hand and you make it like you're holding a hot dog and then your left cheek bulges out. That's the 10 club.
What do you mean you can't tell us?
I can't tell you. Can't tell you what's in deep.
Oh, God.
That's what's it called?
Yeah.
Why deep?
Deep. Oh.
There's probably a reason.
That's how they stuck it in when they conned you out of $20. Deep. Take 10 deep.
It's $20 a year, and I get awesome tickets.
How do you get? Oh, do you get first crack at tickets?
Yeah.
Oh. I bet you knew about the whole Jay-Z thing, didn't you? I bet they told 10 club members, get the front row, guys.
I want to go to a Pearl Jam show.
Yeah, me too.
Cincinnati's the closest for us this year, huh?
And that happened last night.
It did?
Yeah, they started last night.
Oh, so now what?
Oh.
Now we're fucked.
They're playing somewhere in Illinois, near Chicago.
Oh. We could go to Chicago.
I'd go.
Could we go up to Chicago, do a live show?
Of course we can.
I'd go for other reasons. I wouldn't go to the show, but I'd go to Chicago.
No, go to the show.
Hang out in Trump Tower. I like that Trump Hotel.
That was a nice place.
Yeah, we'll go there.
Nice
You'd
joint.
rather hang out in a hotel than go see Pearl Jam for 3 hours?
Yeah.
What I liked what I liked about the Trump Hotel in Chicago is how they took care of us, man. Chocolate covered strawberries for everyone.
That was nice. I mean, something, it's
We rock.
When you fly halfway across the country, you want a $19 item. By the way, that was your 10 club membership right there that we ate. 10 club, welcome to them. My 10 club members.
We got chocolate covered strawberries on the house.
I have to
because
renew
we're big
my
shots.
My membership is up in 12 days.
Do you pay, and how do you prove that it's you? Do you have to send a photo of yourself felching somebody?
No, you know how like websites have logins now?
They do.
Yeah, I just log in and pay.
A lot of my favorite ones have logins. Ooh, let's see who the new girl, quote unquote, is this week.
The new gal?
Let's see who she is.
Logs.
Are you still doing those sites?
Occasionally. Not many. They're all the same. After a while, they begin to cannibalize themselves, as we say.
I see.
But we do say that a lot. Yeah, I was on. I joined a website yesterday briefly, and I'm now getting off it.
What site did you join briefly?
Plenty of Fish.
The hell is that?
Oh, it's a dating website.
Why? Why? Because Tinder's not happening?
Yeah, there's one called.
And why are you getting off it so fast?
Because you can only date. Let me see. You can only date. I didn't know this, that these scumbags on Plenty of Fish do this, but if you put your age in, I think I lied by 2 years, so I'm not like 48.6. You can only look for women who are 14 years younger or closer. But I'm like, how fucking dare these cocksuckers tell you you can't date somebody? Like, they should have it be that the person can block older people. Like, if you're 20 and you don't want some creepy 40-year-old, I get it.
You could put the...
Yeah, only 30-year-olds can see your profile.
I am not interested in...
Yes.
Yeah.
But how can they dictate who you should be, unless it's to keep out the sugar daddy seeking girls too? That might also be, they might have been getting overrun with hookers who are seeking older sugar daddies and roping these guys like me in who go like, you really like me? Do you really like me? And, you have to accept that's what it is.
All right, one more and then we'll move on to other things. Pete in Texas. Pete.
Hey, fellas.
Hey.
I just wanted to share a story of how I got cock blocked by the show on Tinder. Met a girl. She said she was from Long Island, so I said, "Oh, okay." And I started making some jokes. "Oh, where are you from? Mastic, Central Islip?" She goes, "Actually, I am from Mastic Beach. You think this is a joke?" And basically called me a shithead and blocked me.
Well, you didn't get cock blocked because you asked her if she was from Mastic.
Well, I was joking around. I was kind of saying, "Oh, it's she said, "How did you know that?" And I said, "Oh, well, me and my friends would joke around about it. It's kind of the butt of their jokes." But
why would you say that while you're trying to bang a girl?
Yeah.
Why would you do location humor? Where are you from? I'm from East Meadow. There's some good East Meadow slams. I would praise wherever they're from.
Fair enough.
He's gone.
Guess that's the end of that one.
And that's the end of that. So there's your update on Jimmy with his Tinder and his cuddler and everything else.
And fucking Plenty of Fish. I want an explanation on that. I want to know why they do that. There's a million. Everyone's like, what a great site. It's not hard to get laid, by the way. It's not about getting laid. It's not even about necessarily I don't know what it is. I just want to see why not do it?
Right.
Some girl asked me, well, isn't it weird that you're known and I'm like, no, why is it weird?
Why would that be strange?
Yeah, who cares? What would you rather have this?
There was a time all those dating sites were very, very creepy, but they're respectable now.
Yeah, it's just real people.
A lot of people have found their special someone on those sites.
I got my Plenty of Fish responses were not good so far. Because again, they're women. Look, nothing against women. It's not that if you're in your 30s, you're not sexy. You are. But a lot of times in your late 30s, you want something I don't want. You want kids right now. And I'm sorry. I have a childish lifestyle. Mm-hmm. I fucking, you know what I mean? I still cut gas. I literally come in here sometimes looking forward to farting with my friends. No woman wants to marry that. I'm not looking at babies right now. So women in their 30s, that's what you want.
Will you ever have babies?
Maybe. I'm not against it necessarily, but I don't want it right now. Right. So every woman says, well, I don't want it either. But a lot of times you do.
They're lying.
Well, they mean well, but they don't even want to acknowledge to themselves that they want that, but they do.
Right.
So I'm sorry. That's not what I'm trying to do.
All right. We got to go to Boston. The Boston Herald, right? Was it the Boston Herald, Sam, with that cartoon?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that guy thinking? I don't believe his explanation.
He's a fan.
He's a fan of what?
Watermelon.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If you go to NECN on the Twitter, it says the Boston Herald's taking heat this morning for this controversial cartoon. And it basically says White House invader got farther than originally thought, and the intruder's in a bathtub as Obama is brushing his teeth. And the intruder says, hey, have you tried the new watermelon flavored toothpaste? What the fuck? So then people were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And the cartoonist, who's very respected, I guess, I've heard, I don't know for sure, but that's what people have been telling me this morning, basically said, well, when I was, doing this cartoon, I looked into the medicine cabinet and I saw my kid's toothpaste and it was watermelon flavor, so I went with that.
Maybe
that's just lying.
But that might even if that's true, it doesn't mean you don't understand what you're writing.
Right.
Stop. I don't think he should get in trouble for it, but he's trying to be cute and he built in with plausible denial. Well, hey, technically,
he had a story prepared.
Yeah, just say that.
When the cartoon would have worked, no matter what flavor, he chose. So to kind of push it that forward with watermelon, knowing that would maybe he wanted everyone to talk about it today.
He probably did.
Yeah, because a lot more people are talking about his cartoon than usual. So,
but you're right though. Even if it's not your intention. Like, the minute you step back and look at the comic when it's done, you go, oh, shit, I can't
there's an
write
editor that looks at this, too.
Yeah.
You don't just put it in the paper and sneak it in. They go, we're wondering what you're going to do, Bill. Here it is. They know what you're doing. So if that was a Jewish guy, fixing his whatever the curly parts of the hair are called, and it tied in somehow, would he have said so? Did you pick up any pennies? No, I was just saying, what you might do during the day is pick up a penny if you saw it.
Yeah. I don't think the guy should get in trouble either. But I mean, you know what you're doing. Stop. You've been doing this for a very long time.
That's a 13-year-old Jimmy Norton argument. What he did.
Right.
That's a 13. But no, I just was. It's like,
right.
Yeah, but we understand technically what you're saying in court. But we all know what you did.
Is there a watermelon toothpaste?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
It exists.
Right. We got a lot of dumb flavors in our house, but I haven't come across the watermelon one yet.
On the guy's on his own website, where all of his database or whatever of his comics are, that one has been changed to say raspberry flavored toothpaste.
Well, they shouldn't have to change it. It's out there already. I love that.
Well, his thing, for his story to exist, this thing has to be like, oh, I didn't even realize this was racist until you mentioned it. I'll change it.
Could he be that stupid? Could you be that out of touch?
Not if you're writing political cartoons, satire and all that.
Don't change it then. Like, don't do this knowing that's going to get shit and then change it.
Right. Just leave it and say, hey, this is why I did it, so be it.
Yeah, it's not a, you know.
It's got to occur to you at some point in the process.
Come on. Of course. Exactly. Let's say hi to Greg in Texas. Greg.
Hey, how you doing, Greg?
Pretty good. What's up?